Coimbatore, the land of the majestic Adiyogi. Also known as Kovai, the city of Coimbatore is one of the major metropolitan cities in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu. It is located on the banks of the Noyal River and surrounded by the Western Ghats. Home to many astounding temples, Coimbatore is home to many spiritual sites. Built in the 2nd century by Karikala Chola, the Perur Patishwar temple is dedicated to Lord Shiva, also known as Patishwarar. Many regard this as the place where the Lord performed the divine dance of Ananda Tandavam. Next stop is the iconic Marudamalai temple. Perched atop a hill in the Western Ghats at a height of 600 feet, this 12th century temple was constructed by the Tamil rulers in honor of Lord Murugan, the much revered Hindu god of war and victory. Coimbatore is also one of the most industrialized cities in Tamil Nadu. This week, Coimbatore plays host to the Tamil Nadu Open 2025, presented by Sipcot and Tansem. The 19th event of the 2025 PGTI season, the tournament carries a prize purse of Rs 1 crore. This is the 3rd edition of the Tamil Nadu Open and the first to be staged at the Coimbatore Golf Club. 20-year-old Anshul Kaptial of Delhi came up with a 71 to rise 3 positions to be part of the 3-way tie for 2nd place. Arjun Sharma of Noida, whose round featured an eagle, jumped 4 spots as a result of his 3rd round of 70 to also be placed tied 2nd. Sri Lankan N. Thangaraja gained 6 spots following his round of 69 to end the day in tied 2nd at a total of 2 under 214. Delhi's Arjun Prasad, in pursuit of his maiden title, struck the day's best score of 4 under 68 to expand his lead to a daunting 6 shots after the penultimate round. The 26-year-old Arjun, who was the overnight leader by 1 shot, moved his total to 8 under 208 after round 3. So can Arjun hold on to his nerves and lift the title at the Coimbatore Golf Club? Watch the action unfold on the final day.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the final round of the Tamil Nadu Open 2025 presented by Sipcot and Tansem. This is the 19th event of the 2025 PGTI season. The players here are playing for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees at the windy Coimbatore Golf Club. I am your host, Rahul Bajaj, joined alongside my co-host, Mr. Rahul Banerjee, as well as Shaurya Singh, as we bring to you the final rounds coverage here at the Coimbatore Golf Club. The leader is Arjun Prasad at a total score of 8 under par, followed closely by Sri Lanka's N. Thangaraja at 4 under par. Jairaj Singh Sandhu is also trying to command his own at 3 under par for the tournament, 5 shots away, but the field is set and it's going to be an interesting day as we take a look at the leaderboard here.
Very clement weather by the looks of it, Rahul. We just saw a little graphic of the weather forecast for the day. Temperature currently at 30 midway through the morning, and fairly cloudy conditions by the look of it. And as we had a quick look at the leaderboard, and as Rahul, there we go again.
The current temperature levels at 30 degrees, so 3 degrees warmer than yesterday. Wind always is up in this area, and the wind is always the challenging factor on this kind of a golf course. Early though, we've had a lot of birdies on the course, especially in the top 10 of that leaderboard. We've got Arjun Prasad at now 7 under par after dropping a shot on the 8th hole. N. Thangaraja has already made an eagle on the par 4 number 6. Jairaj Singh Sandhu has made 4 birdies on the front line. So things surely are getting heated up, not only by 3 degrees, maybe a bit more.
And just shows how important moving day is in the context of what we are already seeing this morning, Rahul. Yes, Arjun's performance yesterday, the cushion that he created overnight will really promises to stand him in good set. And though he's dropped 2 shots so far and against 1 pickup, he still has a cushion of 3 shots over the field. And Thangaraja balanced his eagle with a bogey immediately thereafter. And we go back to the action. A beautiful day, and I think the the extreme frame on the graphic that we saw, Rahul, the weather one, was probability of rainfall zero, which I'm sure everybody in the field is looking forward to, and which means also the wind seems to be not as high as it was in the later stages of yesterday afternoon. So maybe that is one reason why we are seeing, like you pointed out, a good number of red and pink on the board already.
That's absolutely correct, Mr. Banerjee. Yes, the wind doesn't seem to be at the same intensity as yesterday. Having said that, Manu Gandas coming in from the right side of the fairway here on hole number 10 has actually hit a very nice wedge shot, nearly at about just under 6 feet for a birdie opportunity. And definitely things are going to be interesting throughout the day, especially if the wind stays a little quiet side as it is right now. I mean, this probably is quite windy for some other golf courses. For Coimbatore, this is a quiet day. So we take a look on our screen now. We've got Gerard Sandhu, who's trying to cook up something special of his own, playing alongside Jamal Hussain and Arjun Sharma in the penultimate group.
He certainly held nothing back on that shot, Rahul, giving it full, going full tilt at it. Even though, like we kept seeing yesterday, the OB looks perilously close to the right side of that fairway. And Jamal, who had his share of troubles towards the second half of the round, will look to pull his way back. This man has been in great form, just won the previous event, and normally a very, very steady player. So his blip yesterday was unexpected.
Absolutely correct. He seems to be having a little bit of a Scotty Scheffler like footwork off late, which seems to be getting more and more pronounced as the days go on. Jamal Hussain now at tie for fourth position at 1 under par for the front nine. Certainly had a few tough ones out there in the back nine yesterday, but trying to get it back into shape for a top three finish. Can Jamal make it into the top three over the next couple of holes? That's something that we wait to see. We take a look now on our screen. We've got Arjun Sharma currently at 1 under par.
And unlike the other two, Rahul, he's opted for a driving iron. The other two went for drivers. He seems to have done a fairly good job. The Jamal was also perilously close to this line of trees that flank the fairway on the left side. But no major harm seems to be done, and these guys are extremely capable performers, quite able to dig themselves out of fairly nasty positions.
Well, 10th hole is the kind of hole where you want the ball to be staying somewhere around the left center or the center part of the fairway. You don't want it to be drifting towards the right. Left side probably is something of a more prudent area for the players to get to. So that's why players, you will find, they will tend to hit it towards that side, especially on a non-windy day like this. Players are so used to starting that ball out left on this hole that with today's no wind condition, they are probably going to just stay there.
Absolutely, and amazingly benign conditions as compared to yesterday. I mean, you can see that flag in the caddy's hand literally drooping. Yesterday, I don't think we ever saw the flag drop even once through the closing stages of the day on Thursday. Manu
Manu
taking his
Gandas ready for a birdie over here on the 10th. This will help Manu to get to even par for the tournament. Manu coming up just short of the hole for that birdie attempt. Quite not like him.
green speeds have picked up on a day-to-day basis over the last 4 days, Rahul, by the looks of it. And though we are told it's 9 on the stimp today, it's quite surprising to see Manu's putt roll stop short of the hole.
And Manu Gandas playing alongside Mohammad Sanju as well as Vasu Sehgal. And Mohammad Sanju cooking up something of his own, currently at a tie for 8th position, trying to find himself in the mix and having a top 10 finish after quite some time. Mohammad Sanju putting for par on the 10th. And Mohammad Sanju finds the bottom of the cup here. Saves par, moves on to the 11th. Vasu Sehgal now.
That was a good read, Rahul, from Sanju because the ball was breaking and he got it pretty much right.
Well, Vasu Sehgal has somewhat of a tap in left for his own par on the 10th here. No trouble for Vasu Sehgal. Currently at 3 over par for the tournament with a bit of a blemish start this morning with a double bogey on the first hole and a bogey on the ninth. Trying to keep afloat with that birdie on the sixth. Hopefully that back nine has better things in store for Vasu Sehgal. Players in the field. Amardeep Malik currently at 4 under par for the day, getting himself up to 4 over for the tournament. He is having quite a day out there with 7 birdies on the card and 2 holes to go. My apologies, 6 birdies and 2 bogeys on the card so far for Amardeep Malik. A few other players in the field who are trying to cook up a storm themselves. Jairaj Singh Sandhu at 3 under par with 4 birdies and a bogey on that front nine.
Two-time winner already this year, Thangaraja on your screen. Experienced 44-year-old from Sri Lanka. Won early in the season in March and then 2 weeks ago at the Chennai Open. So he's had a season to remember already.
Well, did we speak too soon for the winds, Mr. Banerjee? It seems like things are picking up out here, and N. Thangaraja seems to have got himself into a slight bit of a soup here over the green. Generally, a place where you'd not like to be because chips and pitches from back of the greens are usually on the tough side. On hole number 9, coming up for his third shot, Thangaraja. Can he save an up and down here? It's quite unlike him. Leaves it in the jaws of that slope behind the green.
Very thick and very scrubby rough, Rahul. I mean, how do you play a shot like this? Even somebody as experienced as Anga seemed to be caught in two minds. Should I play it low? Should I play it high? Ended up somewhere in between and getting nothing out of it.
That's one of the things with hitting the golf ball away from the green or the fairway or the first cut is that you don't know what kind of a lie you're going to get. So it's very difficult to say uh, whether you have a good lie, do you have fluff under the ball to get the lob wedge underneath it or not. So players have to sort of make that decision depending on the situation they're in. And thereafter, as you could see, the pin is perched up at the back of the green here on the ninth, and the golf ball was good about 15 yards ahead of the green, which gave him no room to stop the ball. So if he went with an aerial approach, that would be quite a tough shot to be able to stop next to the hole. And given that, you have to also take the lie into account. So without knowing all of these factors, it's hard to tell whether the player has judged the shot well or not. In more
True.
likely than not, a player of Enthangaraja's caliber probably took it all in. As we take a look now, he's using a putter from that place he's left himself for the fourth.
Just goes to show that on the golf course, you're being asked to make decisions with virtually every shot, and sometimes you get it wrong, sometimes you get it. More often than not, of course, players of this caliber get it right, which is
Well,
why we see these wonderful scores against their names. Thanga off the edge of the green with a putter.
well, Thangaraja surely cannot afford to drop a shot right now, which he will be on this ninth hole, as he's currently at 4 under par, and this drop shot will leave him at 3 under par. So increasing that gap between himself and Arjun Prasad as he moves into the back nine.
And Arjun has so far dropped two shots, but he's also picked up one birdie, so he's still a comfortable three at the moment before this whole uh, finishes.
Well, they are both playing together in the final group, and
That's right.
that of course will sort of keep the pressure on both the players through and through. Arjun Prasad now coming up from on the green for birdie on the ninth. It's a terrific shot there by Arjun. He hasn't hit it enough. Playing alongside the youngster Anshul Kaptial, who's currently at even par through the front nine, holding his own.
Still maybe early doors, Rahul, but clearly the race seems to be for the second and third steps of the podium. Uh, Again, not wishing to put the commentator's curse on Arjun Prasad because he has knocked on the door so often this year. He hasn't missed a single cut. This is 15, 16 start, 15 straight cuts, whole heap of top tens.
Anshul's putt should move a little bit from the right to the left over here. The wind certainly is picking up now at the Coimbatore Golf Club, known to be the windiest golf course in the country. Unfortunately, that seems to have been a bit of an underread and also an underhit. It was like a slight amount of 2 in 1. The par for this golf course is 72. The Coimbatore Golf Course.
It's interesting, Rahul. We've seen now 3 putts out of 4 come up short. So are people sort of not really overreading the green speeds? Because like we saw out of the 4 putts we've seen in front of us quickly, one after the other, 3 of them have been short. So looking to clean up, drop a shot here.
Rangaraja cleans up pretty well, but he would now increase the gap between himself and Prasad by 4 shots, which are reduced to 3 a little while earlier, and he would be going and tying alongside Sandhu at 3 under par for second position as of right now. We take a look now at Arjun Sharma, currently at 1 over par for the day. He seems to be using the approach of aim point, trying to feel the slope under his feet. One of the many techniques players use to read the lines. Should be breaking slightly from the left for Arjun. No trouble for Arjun Sharma. He would stick around at 1 under par for the tournament as he moves into hole number 11. That is Jairaj Sandhu. Jairaj Sandhu seems to be 3 feet away, putting for par. Jairaj Sandhu, one of the few left-handed golfers here on the PGD of India. In fact, nice to see that Jairaj Sandhu is a left-handed golfer, and also is Anshul Patel. Both of them having quite a week here at the Coimbatore Golf Club for the Tamil Nadu Open 2025. This tournament is presented by Sipcot and Tansem for a prize purse of 1 crore rupees. As we take a look at our leader, Arjun Prasad.
I like that. It's a nice, easy swing.
Well, Arjun has placed himself very well here on this 10th hole's fairway. Probably the most ideal spot to leave himself. Kaptial on the tee. Kaptial currently at 2 under par for the tournament, playing solidly through that front nine. 1 bogey on the 5th and a birdie straight away on the 6th. Stamping his authority on the course. Not accepting the bogey for an answer.
Also has the driving iron in hand.
Kaptial here is a very long hitter of the golf ball, as was thrown light upon by our co-commentator Shaurya Singh just yesterday.
And as Anshul sends his ball flying down the fairway, our co-commentator Shaurya Singh moves into position to take you further down the road on the final day of the Tamil Nadu Open at the Coimbatore Golf Course. Shaurya.
Tangaraja going with a driver, certainly not holding back, is he? He's trying to get as close to the green as possible, to so as to speak, to get a wedge in his hand so that he can attack the flagstake. He knows there's only 9 holes and only 9 opportunities can be created to catch hold of Arjun Prasad.
Good morning to our wonderful viewers from a wonderful day here at the ABP network, and also good morning to my co-commentators Rahul and Rahul. It's been a stellar day thus far. Not going according to script totally for Arjun. His lead has been culled somewhat. Jamal has been resurgent today, Rahul, and you also think Thanga at in red numbers in Jairaj as well. So Arjun, one of the only few top players over par for the day. So I was predicting, a washout for the rest of the players and him really taking the tournament by the scruff of its neck, but that's not quite transpired.
Well, I think it's yet to be seen who is really going to be the victor over here, but definitely we've got Jamal, Jairaj, and Thangaraja all trying to breathe down Prasad's neck, and that's what's going to make things interesting over here. And there's nothing like a golf tournament which has a bit of drama sprinkled in.
Certainly for us, but they're not making it easy for his first victory. Of course, he still has a comfortable four-shot lead with 9 to play as we look at the golf course.
Tremendous,
Hoboken.
tremendous conditions here at the Coimbatore Golf Club. Beautiful location, just outside of the city of Coimbatore. I think it takes about 30 minutes to get here, not very far, but a scintillating location. It's surrounded by fields, left as well as right of the golf course, and makes for a great viewing. As we take a look at our leaders now walking down that 10th fairway, and of course,
A look at ourselves.
look at ourselves.
Bright and early this morning. It's almost getting to noon now, Rahul. The sun is rising and the tension is palpable.
Sun is
And I'm not
rising.
I'm not just talking about the commentary booth, huh?
The sun is rising now, and now that we are at noon, right on top of our heads now.
Absolutely. But we'll also keep you right on top of things, bringing to you the best golf that the country has to offer. We only have 9 holes now. It's taken a little bit of time to get here, but we finally here. 2 hours of play are going to be interesting to say the least.
Yes, I think so, and I think that there is a little bit of pressure now building up on Arjun Prasad as Jamal coming up into 2 under par for the day and 3 under now for the tournament. It's 4 shots away, so it might seem like he's a long shot away right now, as is Jairaj and Nthangaraja. But all these three players, they know that they have only one way to go, which is to make as many birdies as possible. While Arjun right now is trying to hold fort.
Well, whoever said it was going to be easy, the first victory never is. Of course, he's playing like a really good front runner. He's dropped a few shots and made a birdie. I think if he can just get around an even par, then he should be comfortable because I expect the chasing pack, of course, to throw a few darts on this back nine.
Absolutely correct. The only thing though is that sometimes you don't want to be too safe with your game plan as well. You want to make a couple of birdies out there because you want to keep moving forward. And you don't want the chasing pack to sort of close in on that gap. You don't want to come into the final few holes having just 2 shots as a buffer while you've started off with 6. So that's something that I'm sure Arjun can feel right now, and if he can come up with 1 or 2 birdies in this back nine, that will be his breathing space.
Yes, staving off cudgel blows from the chasing pack, especially Jamal, the resurgent Jairaj Sandhu, southpaw, coming to the fore. Then you have the experienced Thanga Raja. He already had multiple victories this year. Maybe he's licking his chops and it's time for number 3. You never know.
And that's the reason that N. Thangaraja has come up on the 10th hole where everybody else is going with an iron off the tee. Thangaraja decides to go with a driver because he knows there's only one thing to be done over here right now, and that is to make birdie after birdie after birdie. Arjun Prasad, our leader.
It's going to be a pivotal shot right here. Very well placed on the left hand side of the fairway. Look for this to be close. Not quite certain where that has gone. Has he made the mistake of going over this flag? We've seen quite a few difficulties from players to make up and down from that side.
Kaptial coming in from the fairway. Put himself into a very good position with the winds not as swift as yesterday's. Should give the players a lot more opportunity to attack flags, and that's what I think we can see over here. Some of the players who are getting onto a streak of birdies make a few more.
Now this flag fairly accessible towards the back of the green. Just pitch it towards the center. Don't try to be too aggressive and go over the flag. He's done really well. You see the amount of spin he's generated. Sideward spin. Putting a lot of cut spin on that. It's a
This
good shot.
the hole also plays a little bit of left-right wind. I think so. That could be the reason for that big left-right bounce for Kaptial. Pitched it just about 12 feet right of the hole, but would end up at 18 feet away.
Still early with regards to the final day. We have half of the day gone, and some of the players on the golf course have done really well. As you mentioned, Amardeep Malik, he's really lit up the proceedings today. Has made 6 birdies on this golf course. And Jairaj, of course, in view right now. He's locked in.
I think he's come up just over the green. Should be all right, though. He's got enough room to work with the
That's-
flag stick.
That's a precarious flag stick. Fraught with danger if you go for that. The outer bounds not too far either.
I think that's what the tournament director must be thinking of. We're giving them a little bit of flavor of toughness here on the 11th hole. Arjun Sharma from that angle coming up for a right side flag location. The OB line right next to it. Arjun Sharma hits it over the green. In a similar location as Jairaj, again, should have a fairly decent look at a chip.
Another player who we must mention is Vikrant Chopra, really lighting up the proceedings as well on the back nine with 4 birdies on the trot. So this golf course is lending itself well to his game. Had a difficult round yesterday with the front nine capitulation, but today, no such thing at all. He's squarely in control.
4 birdies on the trot here for Vikrant on 12, 13, 14, and 15. All pretty tough holes here at the Coimbatore club.
Yes. So as I predicted, this is a golf course where a lower, better iron striker will do well, and that is coming true in his case on the final day. Let's hope that he continues that good form to shoot a deep red number. And but if you see, the low scores are still few and far in between, as you expect on this golf course. Back to the leader group on hole number 10. Should we give this to Arjun? You think it's a safe, simple up and down, or there is a little bit of sting in the tail?
Well, I think it'll certainly make it look easy for us. That is N. Tangaraja coming up from just short of the green. I'm not quite sure if this is Tanga's second or his third shot. I will apprise you of this very shortly. Coming up from just short. Like his chip for birdie.
That's a good chip. Rolled it dead.
Super shot
The
there.
applause, what we can ascertain from the applause is that maybe his drive was there. If that is indeed the case, then that would move him to 4 under par. And
Now we take a look at Arjun. Arjun coming off from the left side of the green here.
that really came out high.
So I think it was on that uphill situation on the left side of the green on that slope, and that sort of gave the ball that elevation. And I think that's the reason that he had to hit it a little bit extra so that he could take care of that slope. But now he'll have to take care of the 6-footer
Yeah,
for par.
Seemed like a parabolic flight really popped up on him.
Yes, and Ntangaraja cleaning up here. So a little tap, tap, taparoo for him.
Yeah, that easy does it. Ball finds its home, and if he has made birdie, he would move to 4 under par, and now the pressure would squarely be on Arjun because he could see that lead dwindle to just a couple of shots.
Absolutely, things might get pretty interesting. And that's only if we first find out when Thangaraja has incidentally made a birdie or a par over here on the 10th hole. Anshul Kaptial now coming up from about 20 feet away for birdie.
He was the pick of the lot on this hole. Really good shot. That approach shot was very well controlled. Let's see if he can make a birdie now.
This ball should break a little bit from the left to the right. Really just put the brakes on that one.
Yeah, came to an abrupt stop. Although the greens are rolling at almost 9. Why do you think that could be? Maybe because he's putting into the wind?
I think it could be because of the slope on the green and a bit of grain that we probably can't ascertain from here. He did seem like he's hit it fairly well. In fact, it seemed like the ball was accelerating pretty quickly, but it just seemed like it stopped abruptly, as you mentioned.
Also gives us an insight into Arjun's putt that it's not going to be that straightforward or easy because it's going to slow down right towards the end. So
Yes.
not only the line, he'll have to be very cognizant of the speed and ensure that he puts a good hit. It's a
Certainly.
difficult putt, I tell you that much. If he holds it, means he's got everything under control.
And he does.
And that he made that look really easy. He walked it in.
Stellar up and down there for Arjun Prasad to stay at 7 under par. And of course, that will help him with a lot of confidence with that flat stick as he moves into the rest of the few holes.
Look at that speed. Hit the back of the cup.
And that fist pump, of course, stamping his authority on the course and saying, I'm here to stay.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है। मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद कैंपा वाली जिद कैंपा वाली जिद कैंपा वाली जिद।
Back to the action here at the Coimbatore Golf Club. A little bit of information that came in yesterday with these 7 palms. Shaurya, would you want to throw a little bit of light on the 7 palms on this golf course?
Well, they're an iconic sort of fixture here. Been there throughout the years. Of course, sometimes you have to thread the needle if the hole is playing headwind from the right. I'm pretty certain a few of the players would have traversed through the palms or right into them. They're there and make you feel at home.
Sharma for par.
That's a change that we've seen. A lot of the players sporting shorts now. I think that's a welcome change.
So, confirmed now that Thangaraja made a 4 on the 10th hole, staying at 3 under par and still 4 shots away, tied alongside Jairaj and Jamal. Jairaj on our screen now putting for bogey on the 11th.
That's an unfortunate drop for Jairaj. Would take him back to 2 under par. Jamal, though, is at 3 under par, so Arjun still maintains a handsome 4-shot lead. Doing all the things correct. I think that up and down on hole number 10 was pivotal. And the way that he held that putt.
Well, both Jamal and Thangaraja have won in the previous few weeks. And now they are trying to beat down Arjun Prasad's neck, who's been knocking on the door quite regularly this entire season.
Beautiful moments of the day, man.
Anxious moments for this caddy at our screens.
What a partnership. That determines the success. You're often behind the screens, but the lead you need for the best of players, the partnership like that.
Absolutely, the caddy is probably the most important part of a player's game, and of course, if you talk about the team that a player has, I think the caddy probably spends the maximum amount of time with the professional. And of course, as the rules of golf apply, in fact, anything that the caddy might do on the course actually reflects on the player. So, not only is it a very strong relationship, the rules of golf also state very clearly that whatever the caddy does will be bestowed on the player. We take a look now at Manu Gandas on hole number 12, hitting his third.
Yeah, on the par 5.
Manu seems to have laid up here as he did on another par 5 yesterday on the back nine, which was the 18th hole.
Try and hoik it over that rather expansive tree. Not quite certain if it's landed or it's been engulfed by the tree.
Mohammad Sanju seems to be caught up right underneath it.
MD Sanju seems to have taken the aggressive approach and come up a little short, literally and metaphorically.
That seems to be the tall grass that he's stuck in. That's going to be a tough shot there, Shaurya. Pop that ball out and be able to control that onto the green is going to be a tough one for him.
Yeah, that seems like as they call it the fescue. Maybe he's
Yes,
gonna
it's-
find it really difficult from there because he'll have to get it airborne and also keep it below those branches. Kind of caught between the devil and the deep blue sea. Let's see how he does.
Well, Sanju has just come off a drop shot on the 11th.
He took a sizable divot. Took a lot of greenery with him. Not quite certain where the ball has ended up. That was a difficult shot, nevertheless. I think he was able to extricate it outside the perimeter of that grass, but wasn't able to advance it all the way. Yes, I think it's.
He's still in there. Fescue grass, as you mentioned earlier, it's the tall grass is seen mostly at a lot of links golf venues, and in our very own NCR region, we see a lot of this at the Golden Greens. Very tough grass to play from. In fact, you've got to have force, you've got to have enough loft that you can maintain on the club face to be able to get the ball out of there. So, tough shot. And Mohammad Sanju now hitting his fourth.
And a little choppy at that. It was a little rushed. And yeah, talking about the fescue, I see a lot of that wherever I play. So, I make sure that I enjoy the absolute expanse of the golf course.
This seemed like he hit that fourth one without any backswing altogether. That would be pretty tough to not have any backswing on that shot, especially you need enough amount of force and speed to get through rough like that. Talking about that, as I call upon now, Mr. Banerjee back into the commentaries box here at the ABP studios.
At MD Sanju, 1 over for the day, and of course, going through trials and tribulation on that par 5. Welcome to Mr. Banerjee as we.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you, Shaurya. Just casting our minds back to not more than a few days ago, once you seen with that chip.
By Vasu Sehgal.
John Rahm's shot on the first day of the Ryder Cup, coming out of the left of the fairway, thick grass, high grass. He had about 170, 180 yards to go, and he put the ball on the green. I mean, that was commitment, strength, purpose, all in one go.
Yes, of course, a very talented golfer, such as many on the professional golf tour of India. And in view is are your commentators and, of course, the players on the left-hand side playing the par 5 hole number 12, where we've seen MD Sanju, who's in view, having a few troubles of his own, landed up in the fescue and then took a couple of attempts to try and get out of it. Maybe now he'll hit a good chip and, as they say, stop the rot.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I brought up John Rahm's shot was that, you see the difference. Both shots that he played from the rough, Shaurya, he just didn't seem convinced enough to go through with it. And like you said, it was tough to get out of there. So you need to, believe in your shot and make it before you go.
MD Sanju Of course, his first victory is second on the order of merit. Hasn't won a tournament, but he's accumulated a lot of wealth and experience.
Very good season, Shaurya, he's had. In fact, Arjun, as we watch Manu finish, go through the putt.
Manu having made 8 pars on the trot. Maybe hold this and make a birdie.
It's a long one.
That is looking good. We're not quite sure if he was there in 2 or 3. Only time will tell, but either way, that was a good putt.
Terrific effort with the putter, no doubt. I mean, he really went for it. And
I would like to tell our audience what Manu did when he hovered his putter a little above the grass. It's the etiquette of golf where he asked his co-player MD Sanju about his intended line of play. So you don't want to be stepping on the opponent's line of play, even though you can press the indentations and improve any sort of external marks that have come on the green. But just as a sign of respect and etiquette, you avoid the player's line, and that was why talking about the Ryder Cup, there was a little bit of a brouhaha about that interaction between Tommy Fleetwood and I think Bryson's caddy, and that was for this particular reason. The line of a player is sacrosanct. As you look at Anshul on hole number 11, a big hitting, swashbuckling, and also wielding that putter really well.
to good effect indeed. That's a birdie into his name. Moves him up to 3 under for the day, for the round. In total, I beg your pardon. Repeat of that. Read it perfectly. Just the speed beautifully.
There's so many long hitters now. In days gone by, I remember reading these sayings on many of our golf courses, especially where I grew up, the Army Cantonment golf courses. They say where are the long hitters? And there was a line, the woods are full of them, but not quite the case now. The players are long and straight and able to belt those massive drives on the short stuff. That is gone a begging. So that would mean that
That was a bad mistake from such an experienced player.
Hanga missing it on the underside. Maybe a little bit of an under read by him. That's why the incredulous look that he gave his caddy, and the discussions that have ensued.
He's still looking back to see what did I do wrong. He can't quite believe it. In fact, after that eagle that he picked up midway through the front nine, he's really not had a great time of it. Dropped consecutive 2 shots in 3 holes before the turn, and now he's dropped his 3rd shot for the day. So, like I was telling Rahul, Shaurya, the cushion that Arjun built up yesterday, moving day, was proving to be crucial for him also. Because try as they might, the people who are chasing, they're playing well. I mean, Jamal has picked up 3 shots against 1 bogey today, but the gap is pretty much constant at between 4 and 5 shots, even though we are into the last sort of 9 holes of the tournament.
As we have a look at the Super Tracer, the tracker. Look at that powerful sequencing. The player's body and balanced, nice, strong finish. Definitely a young man's game, the way they're swinging it.
Also, with all these aids that have come in, Shaurya, surely that makes life so much. Look at this. I mean, you can literally map your swing from start to finish.
Look at the width that is being created by Arjun, and of course that is you got to be sinewy, you got to be strong. I'd say don't try that unless you have a really good chiropractor, or if you can pull that off. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not something you must try at home, because that is for elite professional sportsmen. And Arjun, of course, is one of them, belting out long drives and swinging with absolute precision. Look at this golf course from the bird's eye view. Refurbished, revamped. Look at that clubhouse. A lot of history to this place. It's been a hub of golf mecca. Produced some great players. Joseph Chacola, Asian Games medalist, former #1 amateur, and an absolute affable gent as well. Is one that calls this place home. His father also so active in the golf.
Also, quite a golf entrepreneur, Shaurya. the Jack, of course, and GJ has gone on to become a fairly successful.
And a shot by that seemed to be Jamal attacking this hole and just about saving it from the hazard. So he come in with a good angle and a surprising kind of attempt, not clearing the hazard, not really reaching the green. So maybe in between clubs or a little bit of a miss hit, but either ways it's worked out well. Yes, Joseph Chakola doing really well with this company, three below. See a lot of that merchandise, so congratulations to him. He's doing all of us proud. And so look at this group now.
Of course, Jack being one of the stalwarts, I think, of golf in this area, long time member.
Hole number 30, 110 yards, a front flag. I reckon this is going to yield a lot of birdies, and it already has. I think only the solitary bogey, so you don't want to be dropping a shot here. It feels really hard done if you do that. And the flag is in a very generous place, to be honest. Not much in terms of difficulty at all. The water hazard is well out of view and play. So it's definitely go time when a player steps on this tee.
Also, time and holes running out for those in chase, Shaurya, because with the kind of cushion that, as you can see on your screens now, still 4 shots ahead of his closest pursuers, Jamal Hussain and Anshul Kaptial, sharing second place on 3 under par.
I think goes without saying that Jamal will need to make up and down on hole number 12. That will get him to 3 behind. And then, of course, he has this 100-yard hole to try and make another birdie. So he does have an opportunity at this point in time if he can make the right moves. And we have a look at hole number 13. So it's not all done and dusted. Golf never is. We've seen that in weeks past. We had some interesting tournaments which have gone down to the wire and playoffs. But here, the only difference is that Arjun has been so consistent throughout the year, and he's never once been one to show a case of nerves. He's played well all throughout, and he's raked up a lot of top 5, top 10s. And
Certainly,
also-
Shaurya, there'll be many people rooting for this boy to make his breakthrough. And he's had a great season, not missed a single cut. He's finished second twice. He has 10 top 10 finishes from 15 starts before this. So, really, this should be his day. But like you said, there are still 7 holes to go, 6 holes after this, and much can happen. As we've seen, this course can bite quite hard, even though it's not the longest of venues. But we just saw in front of us Mohammad Sanju how difficult he found it to come out of the thick rough of the green. So still work to be done for Arjun Prasad, but he looks to be reasonably comfortable because there's no one really closing in as much as they could have.
I look at hole number 30, where we saw the group of Manu Gandas, Vasu Sehgal, and Mohammad Sanju just a moment ago. This is what the players face. This is what you call beautiful design and use of water very sparingly and also as required in the perfect amounts. So you'll see a lot of dry patches, of course, because golf course is trying to conserve water. As you have Sanju here, let's see if he can make amends, and he can. That is a very important part. Tells you a lot about his character and fortitude coming back from that little bit of a debacle on the previous hole.
Certainly make him feel better. And I like the use of the little technology our production team brought to you there, giving you an idea from that drone cam, the hover cam, from tee to green, and showing you all our viewers, giving you all a little idea of the sort of dangers that can catch players out on this hole. Bunkers to the left, water to the right, and Manu
Manu now here with his birdie attempt.
playing really steady golf. This young man spent a year in Europe on the basis of having topped the PGT Order of Merit 2 years ago, and there you see gives you a little example of why he is so highly regarded as a player. Unflappable temperament, never shows you whether he is happy or sad. He just goes through with his day's golf.
Now Vasu Sehgal is facing a par putt. Brilliant putt there by Manu. And rightly said by you, many of these players actually display maturity way beyond their years, and that's something that we've seen a general progression. And I think that's also because they work on every facet of the game. They're only not working on the physical side. A lot of them employ sports psychologists and nutritionists and everything else, even monitor their heart rate with these latest gadgets and applications. So it's not quite just play golf and forget about the rest like it was in the days back. It's a very precise career now because the margins are so fine. You have everybody clawing for the top position.
It's also very lucrative, Shaurya. Every position you gain, is a significant addition or deletion from your prize purse at the end of the day.
Look at Arjun here on hole number 12. This is the group of Jamal Hussain, Arjun Sharma, and the left-handed Jairaj Singh Sandhu. Another thing we've seen on tour, a lot more left-handed players than in the past. Of course, that is due to the proliferation of golf to the far reaches of our country. And I think golf has become a very important sport in the fabric of nation building, so as to speak. We see winners from different states. The Professional Golf Tour of India has traveled the width and length of this country. And I think almost all states have been covered now, only a few remain. So it's something where you see, the ability of the populace being able to support players from their part of the country, and golf is such a great equalizer and leveler that there's just pure performance. It's a mano a mano sort of game. There's no politics or selection process or anything, so as to speak, that can come in between. It's just your performance. The numbers don't lie. So it's a very pure way of competing. It's very quantifiable. The winner is always the winner. There's no doubt about that. He has to beat the rest of the field, and Arjun Sharma will be looking to do that as well. A very consistent performer over the years as Arjun. Let's see if he can make this putt here. And that drops in gingerly right into the heart of the hole, and that would be a birdie for Mr. Sharma from one Arjun to another. He's 5 behind his namesake Arjun. It's almost a biblical battle between these two. He finds himself 5 adrift. Jairaj now.
Gerard has started well today, Shaurya. He picked up 2 quick shots and then dropped one, picked up another 2 before the turn. And he's kept himself in the mix, definitely. And he will hope that that finds the heart of the hole, like you just said.
Absolutely. And we'd also like to tell you a little bit about the tour partners. We have Victorious Choice. Is an entity inspired by the philosophy of Choice International Limited, where we have a look at Jairaj. It's promoted with Victorious Endeavours Private Limited, a sports development company. We also have IndusInd Bank Limited, has been redefining banking for the past 30 years and has been a force for progression and innovation, offering an elevated banking experience for its diverse range of stakeholders, including government entities, PSU, retail customers, and large corporations. You also have Amrutanjan Electro Plus. Amrutanjan Healthcare Limited. Amrutanjan Healthcare is a 127-year-old company with a rich legacy. It is best known for its iconic brand, Amrutanjan Pain Balm. So I have Amul. As we look at Jamal here, definitely need to make this putt here, Jamal, to inch ever closer and let his presence be known to Arjun Prasad. And looking really emotive, gesticulate. Not quite certain what that's about. Amul powering the PGTI Surge, and India's largest food brand, the 8th largest dairy company globally. Of course, it's a brand that everybody knows, and what a role it's had in building the health of the nation. Then you also have Campa. Campa powers your Zid, the iconic brand Campa, coming back to life. And you also have Rolex. Rolex, of course, is such a prominent name since 1967. The relationship between Rolex and golf has continued to thrive. Today, Rolex is not only associated with the most important and prominent golfing bodies, but also with the principal professional tours competitions and personalities.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी सिद्धि है।
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद।
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करे, एनर्जी लौटाए, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाए।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया।
Coming back to the action, appears to be Thanga Raja. Really hiking that one here on the par 5. Not quite certain where that is landed up. We also want to thank the government of Tamil Nadu, who is the title partner for this event, while Sipcot and Tansem are the presenting partners for this event.
And also on this whole, Shaurya, this seems to be the preferred approach rather than go for the green with all of that rough. And on the way, they're playing the ball to the left of the green and then coming on to it and hoping to pick up shots, which. So now we've seen Jamal just pick up his 4th birdie of the day. He's close to within 3 of the leader, Arjun Prasad, going along well.
While we look at those scores, let me just welcome back my co-commentator, the suave, the very knowledgeable, a man for all seasons, Mr. Rahul Bajaj.
As we were saying, on the leaderboard now in front of you, Arjun Prasad still leading the way. Cushion of 3 over his closest pursuers. Jamal Hussain has recovered from his traumatic second 9 of moving day yesterday, and he's definitely on the move. Swapped birdie bogey early, but thereafter he's picked up 3 shots and he's moved to 4 under and sole position of second place. 3 behind Arjun, who's on 7 under par for the tournament.
Well, Shaurya, thank you for that warm welcome, and I'm absolutely excited to be alongside Mr. Banerjee for the next few holes of commentating. And Arjun Prasad, while trying to hold steady, Jamal Hussain from Bangladesh is trying to rattle him down.
Certainly, someone had to put in a charge, Rahul, and like we pointed out between the 3 of us that time and holes are running out. This is the time to put some pressure on the leader, and like I said, everybody is rooting for Arjun to get through to his first professional win. He's had a phenomenally consistent season, not missed a cut, 10 top 10 finishes, 2 runners up. So the world is rooting for him, but at the same time he will have to fight for it. He has to fight till the bitter end, as they say, and he's still got.
Well, bitter or sweet is yet to be seen, so we'll find that out. And talking about statistics and 10 top 10s, mind you, ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Mr. Rahul Banerjee, one of the most eminent sports journalists in the country. And that is the reason that he has these stats right on his fingertips. We take a look now at Arjun Prasad there on our screens, moments from the day. This is Arjun on the practice putting green this morning with a colorful shirt there.
A lot of focus.
Even in washing hands.
Preparations. And he's been through a terrific year, Rahul.
I think he had a pretty phenomenal year even last year.
Last year as well, that's right. And everybody acknowledges how good a player he is. and not to still see a W against his name is a little puzzling, I'm sure, and something he would want to crack, as quickly as possible. He's still 7 holes away from that today, but putting in all the hard work that is needed to do at the very top of his game.
It'll be interesting for our viewers to know that Arjun Prasad currently is on second position on the order of merit on the PGT of India and hasn't had a win yet this year or ever in his professional career. So that really goes to show how consistently he must have been playing through and through the year so far. Being on number 2 on the order of merit without a victory, it surely goes to show how much of consistent golf he must be playing. Anshul Kaptial on our screen seems to have found some sort of trouble here on hole number 12, coming in from the left side of the green. He seems to be stuck in the middle of rock in a hard place.
But very, very nice shot, Rahul.
Anshul's hacked that one out pretty well. I'm
not sure
not quite certain where the ball is, but he did pop that one out from that situation. Incidentally, in 2024 as well, Arjun had 3 top 10 finishes, 1 top 5 finish. So he's really been building this time up, hasn't he? And in fact, going strength to strength, if I go back into 2023, that wasn't really the case. So Arjun, of course, making the most of things over here. Got in a little bit of a lie, just like was Manu Gandas just yesterday.
Exactly the same place, Rahul.
Yes, but a different pin position. This is a far tougher shot than what Manu had yesterday. Terrifically played by Arjun Prasad. Poised now for a birdie opportunity from just under 5 feet away.
He certainly needs one because he's not picked up a shot since the 6th hole, and in fact he's dropped one on 8 and playing fairly steady golf, but the heat is building up behind him and he would like, I'm sure, to restore that cushion of 4 strokes over the field. And he's given himself a great opportunity to do exactly that beautiful shot. Today this pin much closer to the edge of the green than it was yesterday. It was, I think, center of the green. Today it's absolutely tucked away.
The pin yesterday was on the back part of the green, which gave Manu a lot of room to release the ball and to sort of try to get this up close to the hole with a run on the ball. That's what Manu did phenomenally. He used the lower lofted club, while Arjun did not have any option but to use a higher lofted club and hit a really terrific shot, which I think he's done phenomenally. With 1 foot out of the bunker, 1 foot inside, trying to manage that golf ball for a pin location on the front part of the green is quite tough. Kaptial from the fringe now, playing his 4th shot on the par 5.
Young man from the Army Golf Course in Dholakwan, Delhi, playing some good solid golf. Keeping himself well in line for a top 5 finish here, Anshul, 20-year-old from the Yepta course.
Known to be a very long hitter off the golf ball. Kaptial trying to finish in the top figures over here with the rest of the players in the field. He's definitely in the start of his professional career, just his 2nd year on the tour so far. We take a look at N. Thangaraja, who is no stranger to professional golf. He's been playing professional golf for over 15 years now. Plays mostly at Colombo. Oh, that was an eagle attempt for N. Thangaraja. Just a little tap in here for a birdie. This would help Thangaraja move back to 3 under par. The position that he comfortably slipped off after bogeys on hole number 7, 8, and the 11th.
In fact, Thanga is probably one of a very small handful of repeat winners this year, Rahul. I think other than Yuvraj, Sandhu, and your lad also has won more than once this year, Shaurya Bhattacharya. One. He came close on another occasion.
On multiple occasions. in
Multiple
fact,
occasions.
yes.
I beg your pardon, Rahul. Multiple occasions. So here we go. Another young man knocking on the doors, looking to make a mark under the able guidance of my co-commentator here, Rahul Bajaj. I'm Shaurya Bhattacharya. Won once at the Chhattisgarh Open.
Yes, he did. He
That's
won the
right.
Chhattisgarh Open at a handsome
A huge
30
score, I think.
under par
Tremendous.
nearly.
Yeah.
Arjun Prasad to take his lead to 4 shots over Jamal Hussain Molla from Bangladesh. Prasad making a birdie here moves himself to 8 under par, increasing that cushion between him and Jamal. Might have been a bit of a faux pas here, but let me confirm this shortly about Arjun's score on hole number 12. Anshul Kaptial putting for par.
Well, into the final third of the final day of the Tamil Nadu Open, a 1 crore event, the 19th of the PGTS 2025 schedule, and a 15 lakh prize purse to play for the winner. And at the moment, there seems to be only one name looking to be that person, but we will not. I will keep saying, talking about the commentator, and what a phenomenally lovely shot there, the par 3 pin high ball by Thangaraja, who will be looking to bounce back from that string of bogeys he's had around the turn.
This 13th hole here at the Coimbatore Golf Club is a 110-yard par 3. Short one, but with the wind gusts that go up here at this venue, it becomes quite tough to control a wedge shot. In fact, I'd say it's a little more difficult to control a wedge shot than would be a long iron like a 6 or a 5, just because of the trajectory that these shots would come off at. Pin today on the 13th is 9 from the front edge and 3 from the left, making it quite a tucked in position on the corner of the green on the left side. And I think Thangaraja has done a phenomenal job by attacking it, giving himself just under about 10 feet or so for a birdie. We take a look now at Arjun Prasad, the leader. Prasad has made a 5 on hole number 12, which is a par. Unfortunately, I had said birdie there, but it is a par putt for Arjun, and finds himself on the putting surface here on the 13th, about 15 feet away, pin high.
Certainly given himself a chance, Rahul, to add to his score. In fact, they've straddled this spin so far perfectly. One on the left side, one on the right. Thanga going left, Arjun Prasad to the right of the pin, both of them pin high.
Well, showing Kaptial, where is it? Is he supposed to hit the golf ball right in the middle of those two balls somewhere? Would be absolutely fine.
But between them would be all in one, which I'm sure the young man would be very happy to take
That
away.
brings me to the point. Will his shot be the victorious choice? Victorious choice is one of the tour partners here of the PGTI. Of course, with many others like Rolex Amrutanjan Electro Plus, which is the hydration partner of the PGTI. Anshul Kaptial also finding himself on the putting surface, just left of the flagstick. Could be just under about 12 feet or so for a birdie. Gerard Sandhu, a super tracker there. That must be a really long golf ball to be able to follow Arjun Prasad. Brilliant work of technology here. Vision of Gerard Sandhu's ball swing. Picture perfect. It's a down the line view of his golf swing, Gerard's. And there we have the aerial view of the ball flight's tracker. Back into the action over here, Jamal Hussain Molla from Bangladesh. Jamal currently at a score of 4 under par, 3 shots away from the leader. With 5 holes to go, can Jamal catch up? yet to be seen. Shoots over the green here on the par 4 14th. Pin today on the 14th is 24 inside from the front and on the center of the green, which should have a pretty decent opportunity for Jamal to make an up and down. Seems like in a fairly decent spot there after that second shot. Jairaj Sandhu seems to be on the right side of the fairway, pacing it down all the way up to the green. Seems like he isn't very far away from it.
It looks like he's under the trees, going by where his caddy is standing. He's pacing his shot out.
The 14th hole is a par 4, all of 394 yards. Most players would be hitting half wedges into this hole. We've got, I think, Arjun Sharma in the rough here. Sharma with a terrific shot here on the 14th hole, setting himself a birdie opportunity.
This is some laser guided hitting, Rahul. Beautiful. A little out of position, but he made the most of his opportunity and really stuck it in 5, 6 feet from the pin. Be happy with that shot. So all to play for on this final day of the Tamil Nadu Open at the Coimbatore Golf Club, and we see Jairaj Singh.
Jairaj Sandhu also hitting his
Sandhu.
second shot. That's a really long drive for a 394-yard hole. Hits a bump and run shot. Finds himself on the dance floor. Should be putting for birdie. Some of the
Very nicely done. He had to keep that ball low under the branches. It's found the heart of the green.
Mohammad Azhar stringing up quite a round for himself today here in the final round. 4 under par for the day with 4 birdies and no bogeys on the card. 2 under in total. And crawling slowly into the top 5. Currently at a tie for 6th position with 3 holes to play.
Jamal Hussain overhit the green with his approach. Not looking too happy about that. But he will want to at least walk away with no damage to the card. He is the closest to our leader, Arjun Prasad, on 7 under par. Jamal having closed back to 4 under, 3 shots shy of the leader, and with a reasonable lie coming back towards the pin.
I think if he has a pretty good lie over there, looking at the condition of the greens, which is very true, I think Jamal would be trying to hold this chip, especially with the number of holes he has remaining. The only way that he can keep moving up on Arjun Prasad is to hold the shot. Let's see if Jamal can be aggressive enough with this shot. He's done a phenomenal job, and what a shot there for Jamal Hussain. He will now have about 4 feet for a par. What a terrific attempt at a chip-in.
I think the man from Kurmitola seemed to have been listening to you. I can't really see an earpiece, but it probably is one there because he did exactly what you.
It's a hidden earpiece.
And
It's one of those transparent ones which you can't really tell.
very good effort too. He pretty much shaved the hole on the ball. Great shot. Shot and shows all the years experience this 40-year-old from Dhaka has at his command. Jairaj Sandhu, of course, also doing a tremendous job from under the trees.
Well, Jamal played phenomenally last week at the Hyderabad tournament. The first 2 rounds he made no bogeys. In fact, in the third round also he only made 1. So, 54 holes and only 1 bogey on his card. It was quite a phenomenal, way to play that golf course. I think he shot rounds of 8 under and 9 under to start the tournament. That is quite some form. Jairaj Sandhu for birdie on the 14th. Sandhu leaving it way short of the hole. It seems like a bit of an uphill task, which he probably didn't navigate so well.
He would be disappointed, Rahul. He made such a great recovery to give himself a birdie chance over here. And Arjun Sharma, another one who played a terrific approach shot to give himself a birdie chance, but keen to convert that. And if he,
Sharma at even par for the day has made one bogey on that front nine and one birdie on the 12th hole. So currently 2 under par for the tournament, putting for birdie, trying to get himself to under par figures. And this will also jump him up to the top 5 for a tie for 4th position alongside Jairaj and Anshul Kaptial. Arjun Sharma, the birdie. He's put himself into the right position for sure for this birdie opportunity. Whether he makes it or not remains to be seen. This ball is going to be breaking a little bit from the left to the right and should be a pretty flat out putt. And that seems to have veered offline pretty quickly. Not quite the attempt that we would have hoped for. The ball trailed off pretty quickly off that slope. As we
just
take
looked like
a
it
quick
ran
look
out of
again.
steam, Rahul.
Yes, I think it's the judgment of the speed that was required over there. The line seems to be absolutely okay, but the ball wouldn't have made itself past the hole, uh, even if it stayed on line. Gerard Sandhu now, as they say, never up, never in.
True.
Oof, that's a lot of break on that putt. Gerard Sandhu, unfortunately, misses his par putt over here. He'll have to settle for a bogey, dropping himself to 2 under par.
Yeah, he also had the benefit of a read from the other side. I mean, he saw how sharply Arjun Sharma's ball broke away from the hole, and
There we have it. That's a big breaking putt. They're called curlers.
still was a bit of a nothing putt, Rahul, by the way he did it.
Well, it seems like he made something out of it. Nothing but clearly something. We see Jamal Hussain. Let's see what these years of experience can help him with that putt. He certainly would have taken a leaf or two from the other two putts he just saw. Although you can be sure that Jamal's putt will not break as much as Jairaj's did because he's putting more up the hill. So the side hill will not be as pronounced for him as would be for the other two players. So his putt will break a little bit from the right to the left, but not all that much as a curler does. Firm putt for him. And no trouble for Jamal Hussain Molla. Sticks around at 4 under par and is now tied by his good friend N. Thangaraja from Sri Lanka. Two players at 4 under par, and Arjun Prasad has also made birdie on the 13th to move himself to 8 under. 4-shot lead for Arjun Prasad over Jamal Hussain and N. Thangaraja.
Certainly would be a big relief for Arjun. He needed that. He needed that gap. Sometimes you feel that the opposition gets too uncomfortably warm in your back. And that birdie has restored the cushion that he set out with 4 under, margin of 4 shots he had started with this morning. And he's back to that, despite the best efforts of those who've been in pursuit.
You take a look at the moments of the day. You have the top golfers from the PGT of India playing there. Mohammad Sanju. Take a look at N. Thangaraja on our screen. Thangaraja, affable personality, ever smiling gentleman from Colombo, Sri Lanka. So, always nice to meet N. Thangaraja. It's the kind of gentleman that he is. Had the opportunity to play with him for years. In fact, some years as an amateur golfer and many years as a professional, and it's been nothing short of fantastic to know a gentleman like him. So we take a look on the 15th hole. 15th hole, we have Vasu Sehgal, currently at a score of 1 over par for the day. Vasu Sehgal is all left with a little bit of a tiddler to clean up the 15th. And he does no trouble there for Vasu.
Talking about Sri Lankans, Rahul, one Sri Lankan certainly the PGTI misses is Mithun Pereira, another extremely genial figure who announced his retirement from professional golf last year. Now full-time resident of Colombo.
Thangaraja on the 14th without taking much of time. And what a brilliant shot there for Thangaraja, setting himself up for another birdie opportunity on the par 4. Coming off a birdie just now on the 13th, trying to catch up to Arjun Prasad's 4-shot lead. The 14th hole, 394-yard par 4. A hole that we just saw Arjun Sharma attacking beautifully, and Gerard Sandhu also hit a brilliant shot from the rough. Wasn't a birdie for them, but will be for one of these gents. Anshul Kaptial coming up from the fairway.
After that one bogey early in his round, Rahul, and young Anshul has played some really very steady golf. Picked up 2 shots, has given himself no heartbreaks or heart attacks thereafter. He's just kept the ball, kept himself going really well.
That was Arjun Prasad off the fairway. Beautiful skies here at Coimbatore Golf Club. Arjun putting himself on the dance floor. Should have a look at birdie. He's about 25 feet away. But a flat stick in hand is a win-win, especially when you've got a 4-shot lead. Anshul Kaptial now. Kaptial also overshooting the green. Many players we find today are overshooting greens. I think, is it because they aren't being able to get the gusts right? Or is it just, something, are they trying to be too aggressive? Why don't you all
If you look,
fill up our comment section and tell us what is the reason why so many players are found over the green today opposed to what we saw yesterday?
also the players who are keeping the ball on the upslope. The green is sloping up towards the pin and then sloping back away. I think all those who have landed the ball close to the pin, we just saw Jamal do it in the previous flight. And in this group, it was Arjun. Arjun Prasad has left it short, so he's all right.
Well, I think for Arjun, for that matter, he just needs to keep putting himself on the green, even if he's 20 or 25 feet away over the next 4 holes. That's absolutely fine for him. As long as he keeps putting the flat stick in his hand, I think Arjun is in a good situation. Although the other players who are trying to be more aggressive or probably misreading the wind, that is the one that is yet to be figured. Why that is the case? Maybe they are being too aggressive for a back flag location, or is it that they are not being able to read the winds? I cannot think of a third reason. There could be, although my co-commentator now who is joining me, Shaurya Singh, as Mr. Banerjee decides to take a caffeine break.
Yes, caffeine much required. But these players don't need the caffeine kick. The open, expansive nature and the riveting proceedings of this tournament are enough to keep them nice and alert.
So, Shaurya, while you were away caffeinating yourself, Arjun Prasad has made another birdie on hole number 13, moving himself to 8 under par. And we've got Jamal Hussain and N. Thangaraja from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, respectively, trailing him by 4 shots. Things surely could get pretty interesting over the next 5 holes.
Well, the time is fast running out for the chasing pack. Do something about it. Looks like Arjun clearly has a grip on this tournament. And from here on in, it looks like it's his to give away. Jamal Thangaraja, of course, has 5 holes and has made 2 on the trot. So we get to about hole number 17 is a precarious one, which would have to be navigated, and 16th as well. The par 3 is one where a shot can be dropped if you're not perfect off the tee. So let's see what happens now. Of course, Jamal seems to have found a patch of sand.
It seems to be in a bit of a dry area. Not so sure what his lie is going to be like, but that's going to be interesting to pull off a good shot from here. Will be much required. We take a look at Arjun Prasad putting for birdie on the 14th, and really good attempt there for Arjun. Just left with a little tap in to stay afloat at 8 under par.
You know that live screen too is a perfect advert for why to use the rangefinders. The change in the rule came in effect quite a few years ago and saves time. In years past, we would actually paste that up. There would be no way of knowing what is the yardage to the flag. Also, maybe makes the game a touch easier because you get precise yardages when you're off the beaten track for a shot that he's facing. Otherwise, you'd have the caddy walk up and down and sort of try to scurry back to your ball and hit it in time. But now you can just laser it, get an exact yardage. So, really takes out a few of the variables of difficulty for sure, and also speeds up play.
Certainly, speeding up play for sure is one of the most important things that the players have gained over here. Kaptial, unfortunately, will have to now putt from about 3 feet away, but a good attempt there. Had a chip in for himself.
Jamal, we try and determine where that ball has finished up. From the others on the golf course, we have Mohammad Azhar who's crept up very handsomely. He's 4 under and 2 under for the day. You have Manoj S also 2 under par round today. You have Ravi Kumar 2 under par. Amardeep Malik has finished up with a 4 under par round.
This is an important putt for N. Thangaraja putting for birdie here on hole number 14. This will be Thangaraja's third birdie in a row if he makes it, and also would reduce the gap between him and Prasad. Unfortunately, Thangaraja would stay at 4 under par moving into the 15th hole.
Yeah, missing it on the underside, and I thought running out of gas as well in the end.
Absolutely, that ball did not have the required amount of steam to get into the hole.
So the best round thus far today, Mohammad Azhar 4 under par, Amardeep Malik and Vikrant Chopra as well, who's going around very well on that front nine. Playing a lot better on that nine today. Even par after 5 holes, maybe a few birdie opportunities coming in. He could really have a round to remember. That's the way to end a tournament. Going deep red on this final day here at the Coimbatore Golf Club.
And bogey free on this golf course actually means something, right? With all the gusty winds that the course has, I think it's very difficult to be bogey free through 18 holes over here. We saw Jamal Hussain now chipping it up from that side and leaves himself just a wee bit short of the hole. A good shot nonetheless on the 15th. 15th here is the par 4. Not a very long par 4, but Jamal has his work cut out now to save a par on the 15th. Just a 358-yard hole.
I'm having to really use my mind as they've reversed the nines. What a difference that makes. Again, look at what appears to be Arjun, or is that
Arjun Sharma is who that is.
Oh, that's really good. That's tracking. That's tracking all the way. Is
Oh,
that going to
wow.
find the bottom of the cup? Maybe not, but what a brilliant shot by him on hole number 15.
What a shot there for Arjun Sharma. Currently at 1 under par for the tournament. Solo at 7th position. Still have 4 holes to play.
15th, the short par 4, which showcases the trees, the Seven Sisters.
Jamal has his work cut out on this hole because only being a 350-yard hole, he would be expecting to make a birdie here and catch a shot, but seems like he will be putting from nearly about 8 feet away for a par. So we take a look at Jairaj. Jairaj coming off a bogey on the 14th, now on this hole, trying to make a birdie. Get back to 3 under par. very traditional swing as well as a very traditional looking putting stroke. Athletic, yes, for sure. Gerard Sandhu plays most of his golf at Chandigarh.
Leaving that short, and that's something that we've seen a lot on this golf course, especially today. I think it looks faster than what it is. Maybe that's a little bit of an illusion that the players are suffering from today. The greens maybe going to the direction of the green. It looks a little shinier when you're putting with it, but it never does quite reach the hole.
I do think, Shaurya, that the reduction in the winds today actually has some amount of role to play there in judgment of the putting speeds as well as the distances that the players are overshooting the greens on. Um, I think it's kind of like maybe playing 3 rounds of golf in windy conditions and then having one with benign ones, and the players aren't quite able to get a hang of things. What do you think could be the reasons?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. And how pivotal do you think this putt is? Although he's 4 shots adrift on this short hole, and then he only has a par three, the difficult 17 and 18. Do you think he still has a shot if he makes this?
I think it's a very important putt for him. Only if he makes this would he have any chance whatsoever to give Arjun some sort of pressure. What a superb par for Jamal Hussain Mola coming up from off the fairway, not finding the green in regulation, and in fact left himself in quite a tough spot for his third shot.
Yeah, look very confident the way he hold that putt.
Jairaj now left with a par putt, just under 3 feet.
Really wide stance employed by Jairaj.
I think Gerard Sandhu, a lot of players you'll find would be with a wider stance on a windy golf course. But I think for Gerard, that's his standard stance. That's the way he likes to address the golf ball. There we have a look at the Coimbatore Golf Club with an aerial view.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस। जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन। इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं।
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस, थकान वाली प्यास के लिए।
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है।
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद क्या बावाली जिद
Back to the action. This gives you a little bit of a different vantage point. I remember back in the day, some of the golf psychologists used to espouse this view that try to broaden your horizon when you're playing and to minimize the importance of the current shot, try and look at the larger scheme of things. Of course, easier said than done, but this is one way. Try to see this view, then you'll realize that eventually it's just about enjoying yourself and yeah, have a look at the top 10 scores. There's no sport other than golf that I can think of which gives you such a unique mix of competitiveness, nature, and it's also a person's internal battle. How you try to compete with yourself. The scores are there, but eventually it's about how you play. You don't have to beat another player directly. It's not unless it's match play, which is a rarity. Golf is very unique in that it's got a lot going on, yet it's also a very individualized personal expression of self.
There you go. You've heard it from none other than Shaurya Singh. As we take a look at the leaderboard, Arjun Prasad leads the way at 8 under par, followed closely by Jamal Hussain and N. Tangaraja from Bangladesh and Sri Lanka, respectively, at 4 under. Anshul Kaptial, the young golfer from EPTA, Delhi, at 3 under par, And Mohammad Azhar Jairaj Singh Sandhu at 2 under. Arjun Sharma just a shot behind at 1 under par.
As the players
That
walk
seems
on the 18th. Yes, that's quite an accolade, isn't it? A par 4, a hole in one on a par 4. The only other that we can remember is Rahul Ganji.
yes, absolutely. And this was just done last week. The first hole in one on a par 4 in PGI history. And the last one, you're absolutely right, that we heard of was Rahil Gangji, which he did on the nationwide tour. I think good about a decade ago, if I'm not wrong.
Probably more, I think, but at least a decade. You see the players walk down what appears to be the 18th. I would really like a lot more of this kind of design, dead areas on a golf course, and utilizing the fairways a lot more, and letting the shrubbery grow and so on and so forth. You don't need to manicure the entire golf course.
For sure, now we go back onto the 15th hole, the 358-yard par 4. Got Kaptial just short of the green. Or then Tangaraja, who's found himself on the putting surface, pulling out his putter. Tangaraja also running out of holes. Arjun Prasad holding on tight.
As I view the stats and how much money and where the players are situated on the order of merit, it appears that Arjun Prasad is the only player who's made all cuts. There's none other who's been blemish free. So it shows you that the kind of consistency he's employed throughout the year. As you have a look at Anshul, downhill, downwind. Let's see how he does on this. It's been all that players, this kind of a chip shot is one that players have struggled with.
And tough to spin it with this much of downwind behind you. And Kaptial doing a phenomenal job of that. Very makeable birdie opportunity.
I think that's where those fast hands come into play. Long hitters can spin the ball a lot more from shorter shots as well. So he's been able to use that to his advantage here at the short par 4. So that should be a birdie putt for him.
For sure. Prasad also on the green in regulation.
It's a lot for the players to play for as they head on to Bengaluru next week. The Bengaluru Open 2025 at the beautiful Karnataka Golf Association for a 1 crore tournament. The defending champion Abhinav Lohan. Then, of course, the big one, the DP World India Championship, worth $4 million. So there's a lot of money. Of course, you'll have a bevy of stars will be there. Then the Pune Club Open towards the end of October. Then the Trident Open in Chandigarh. Then Far East, Big Boy Indian Oil Silver Masters, which has been such a mainstay on tour for as long as I can remember. Then the Jaipur Open in December. Vishwasamandra Open at the Delhi Golf Course once again. So the Delhi Golf Course is going to be home to 2 tournaments within a short span of time. The Professional Golf Tour of India. Then the Sidco Open at the Kharghar Valley Golf Course. And then finally the Tata Open 2025 as you have a look at Arjun here. If he can make this, could move to 9 under par. And,
Oh, wow. Arjun Prasad makes a birdie and moves to 9 under par. And now has a 5-shot lead over Jamal Hussain and Enthangaraja. Solid showing there.
That's a brilliant putt by Arjun. Never missing the target.
That's beautifully done by Arjun. He's held his own throughout the day and now ends up making this long putt for birdie, moving himself to 9 under par. And talking about all those tournaments that you were mentioning, Shaurya, I saw you had to really take a breath or two while you were at it. There's just so many crores to be played for.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for the players. Apart from all the pride, honor, and the world ranking points, it's just a mouthful. These tournaments are coming thick and fast, and the schedule is jam-packed. I'm pretty certain the players are not complaining. They're so happy to get an opportunity. And of course, it's all thanks to the associates and the sponsors as we have a look at Live 1 and Live 2. Jairaj and Thanga.
Thangaraja for birdie.
So that's
It seems like that was a bit of a misread for Enthangaraja and maybe Arjun Prasad's putt did confuse him a little bit. Thangaraja would stay at 4 under par after the 15 holes of this final round. Now 5 shots away, pretty much making it nearly impossible to catch hold of Arjun Prasad, but we will wait for the rest of the holes to commence. Arjun Sharma on our screen, the terrific putt attempt here by him on the 16th.
it's really bright in live feed too. As we have a look back at Anshul after that really well controlled chip shot. This should snake away a little to his right.
Absolutely, and it's a very makeable opportunity here for Anshul Kaptial to move to 4 under par.
I don't think speed should be an issue. It should get there. And I think it had him flummoxed as well. It looked like it should have moved a lot more to the right.
I think it was a pretty good putt. He was probably lined up for it. Didn't break as much as he would have expected it to.
It's surprising, almost went the other way in the start. Broke right to left.
And while we speak about all the tournaments that the PGTI has on offering,
चलना शुरू किया जब से क्लब पकड़ लिया हाथों में 5-6 साल की उम्र से तो गोल्फ से टच हो गया प्रो बनने के लिए हमने आई थिंक 2005 में सोचा था जब पहली बार खेलने लगा रेगुलर उसके बाद हमने ट्राई किया प्रोफेशनल के लिए एंट्री फी भी पे करी लेकिन मैं गया नहीं पापा ने बोला एक घर पे रहो फिर इसलिए गए नहीं हम फिर उसके बाद पापा खेलते रहे फिर पापा ने जब पीजीटीआई बनी उसमें फर्स्ट टाइम क्वालिफाइंग आए पापा फिर उसके बाद फिर 1-2 साल गैप करके 2-4 साल फिर हमने मेहनत करी फिर हम आ गए पहला प्रो टूर्नामेंट हमारा था काठमांडू सूर्या मास्टर ये तो पार्ट ऑफ गेम है तो अप एंड डाउन रहता ही है लेकिन स्टार्टिंग में थोड़ा बेटर था अभी बीच में 2-3 साल से थोड़ा सा डाउन हो रहा था थोड़ा फील ऑन ऑफ हो रहा था लेकिन अभी थोड़ा सा इधर आया है थोड़ा सा फील कम बैक वो देखिए एक मूवमेंट वो ऐसा था कि एक शॉक हो गया था कि वो लास्ट पट पिला के मतलब शॉक हो गया कि मैं जीत ही गया और उसके बाद तो ये होम कोर्स था पहले 2 दिन तो मैं इतना अच्छा नहीं खेला मुझे फील हो रहा था कि 2 अंडर 2 दिन का स्कोर तो अच्छा नहीं है होम कोर्स में तो लास्ट टाइम थोड़ा सा पटिंग अच्छी करी मुझे पता है कि अगर मैंने पट पिला दिए तो मैं जीत सकता हूँ भतीजे का नाम है हमारे सोम रावत और ये फीडर टूर स्टार्ट होने से पहले लखनऊ में इवेंट उससे पहले बोला था उसने चाचा ट्रॉफी लेकर आना तो इसलिए फिर लास्ट राउंड भी वो आया था होल नंबर 7 पे जब मैंने सेकंड शॉट मारी होल नंबर 16 के लिए फिर वो आया साथ पूरे 3 होल हमारे साथ ही था और उसके बाद फिर वो लास्ट होल विन करने के बाद फिर मैं उसको लेके गया साथ में अभी थोड़ा सा स्विंग थोड़ा सा चेंज किया जो काफ़ी टाइम से नहीं हो रहा था वो अभी थोड़ा ट्रस्ट किया स्विंग पे थोड़ा सा काम किया थोड़ा सा अभी थोड़ा बेटर फील हो रहा है ज़्यादातर हमारे फ्रेंड जैसे सलीम खान का कैडी है गुल्लू मेरा कैडी है नीरज 2 ये हो गए और 1-2 लोग और हैं बट उनसे थोड़ा सा बस ऐसे ही बात हलवाई हो जाती है अब इस साल मेरा कुछ टारगेट है कि एक आध टूर्नामेंट जीत सकता हूँ थोड़ा फील बेटर हुआ है
those were some exciting moments and times from Sanjeev Kumar's life. Sanjeev Kumar from Lucknow. He's been a player on the PGTI for over 10 years now and has also won the PGTI Next Gen event just a few weeks ago. And, you know, if we take a look now on our screen, we've got Mohammad Sanju coming in from back of the green here on the 17th.
This hole has changed a lot. Like all the other changes that have happened on the golf course, this one I think has made this hole a little easier, if I may dare say that. Indeed, Sanju.
Sanju can really spin these kind of shots quite a bit. As you said, about fast hands and players moving through the shots very well. Sanju is one of them. Unfortunately, that seems to be
a little bit too
not
much.
enough spin on that one.
Yeah, a little too aggressive on that one. Of course, he was downwind as well, so you've seen players struggle around the greens. Even though the greens are pretty genial in terms of their speed, we've seen that players have found difficult to get the ball nestled up close and get a gimme.
Manu Gandas.
Manu Gandas Rich from his experience on the DP World Tour year before last.
Pretty sure these kind of wins don't matter to Manu with all his experience playing on the DP World Tour. He would have seen these kind of gusts almost every other week.
Yes, so whenever you do see their tournaments, it's always cold, damp, or windy, almost sort of forlorn conditions. If you weren't playing golf, you could actually be writing some sort of a novel. But yeah, those are the conditions that these players must play in. They're trying conditions for sure, and that's the feedback that the players give. And that's one of the reasons that on the DP World Tour, only the best athletes from India have been able to make it. Shubhankar's done well, Jyoti Randhawa, Shiv Kapoor, Jeev Milkha Singh, Arjun Atwal, and of course, Manu Gandas is no different. He's built for golf.
Manu for birdie on the long par 4 17th. The ball is running out of steam.
Decent effort, nevertheless. Should be able to tap that in. With a 5 shot lead, I think Arjun would still be attacking and wanting to get to double digit under par. He'd want to stamp his authority. If you're doing it, the first victory is something that he would remember for a long time, and wants to enjoy the walk on the last hole.
Absolutely. And Arjun, of course, is staying steady here now on the back nine and has made two birdies on the back, one birdie on the front, but had two bogeys also on the front nine. Left with the last three holes. I think if Arjun can finish these last three in one under par, he surely would enjoy that walk on the 18th hole. And talking about all the tournaments that the PGTI has lined up for the players over the next couple of months, the PGTI's tour partners are the ones that make it possible. As we have there, right behind Mohammad Sanju is one of our tour partners, the Victorious Choice. The Joy of Golfing is an entity inspired by the philosophy of Choice International Limited that has risen to become a unicorn in the financial sector. We take a look now at Mohammad Sanju putting for par. And of course, there's other tour partners like IndusInd Bank, Amrutanjal Electro Plus, Amul, and Campa, as well as the good old stalwart Rolex.
Now here at the par 3, Arjun apparently in some sort of a spot of bother here on 16. He's missed the green to the right.
And 16th is a long par 3, about 181 yards. So should have just about blocked out that 6 iron or a 5 iron off the tee there for Arjun.
They're deep in conversation though, the caddy and player, so definitely have something on their mind in terms of options. So trying to understand what he's going to go with. Seems that he's definitely going with some sort of lower flight. He's not opting to go with a high height flop shot. I think some iteration of the bump and run seems to be the prudent choice. As we have a look at Manu.
Well, pin
Oh,
position.
Manu has missed that unfortunate 3 putt for Mr. Gandas, and he would drop a shot and move to even par.
Pin today on the 16th is on the right side. So
That's
what
beautifully
a brilliant
done.
shot there by Arjun Prasad on the 16th. That's a tough shot there. The pin is also on the right side of the green, and the golf ball also on the right side of the green, making it a tough shot. And Arjun Prasad playing a little bump and run there and giving himself a very realistic opportunity from under 3 feet for a par.
Judged to perfection by Arjun Prasad. Coasting to victory here. The first victory indeed going to be sweet.
That was a terrific shot. Some of the toughest shots to pull off, and like they say, not only do you need to hit good shots, you've also got to scramble well if you want to win golf tournaments.
Yeah, you got to answer that call whenever you get it, and he has definitely answered it. And Thanga Raja would be just now hoping to secure his solo second. The prize money does get diminished when you share it with the other positions.
Well, that's all that's left to be played for pretty much after that shot. Second is the best that someone could be doing.
That's not bad at all, given the handsome prize funds on offer. And for Thanga, he'd be looking to get into all the big tournaments next year. So imperative that he play well for the last three holes. And you can see the focus. He's lasered in. Maybe hold this and get to 5 under par.
There was quite a bit of slope at the start of the putt.
Then the common theme of the week, the players leaving it short on the final day, more so.
Someone tell them that the downwind is not going to affect the ball that much.
Yeah, it's been difficult for them to judge the speed today. Most of them have left the putts begging, but not Arjun. He's been zeroed in.
I'd like a little coaching session on how he played that chip shot from the side of the green.
I thought you're the one dishing out the knowledge, but it's your modesty that you are willing to learn.
That's what, my friend.
And that's what
You've
they say.
Always got to be a learner for life.
You know, that's what they say. A fruit-bearing tree hangs low, and that's what Mr. Bajaj is. The paragon of knowledge. As we have a look at the long hitting, swashbuckling Kabatial, and he drains it almost. So close.
Yet so far. Kaptial taps it in and sticks around at 3 under par for the tournament.
Good showing by young Anshul. And there have been quite a few good golfers now recently, in the last few years, from the EPTA Dhanakwai. He's one of them. Of course, producing long hitters. Veer as well. It's an absolute country mile. Anshul has taken a step further as his putt and drains it comfortably. Mohammad Azhar as well has also done really well. It's going to be one of his better finishes for sure, and so he's one that is steadily he's crept up on the leaderboard, and that 4 under.
He's playing bogey-free 4 under par with the par 5 18th yet to be finished by him. That's quite an incredible round on this course. In fact, Vikrant Chopra also playing to a bogey-free round today thus far. Still has 2 holes to go.
Brilliant save by Arjun here.
Arjun to stay at 9 under par as he moves into the final 2 holes of the Tamil Nadu Open.
It's all happening here in the beautiful city of Coimbatore.
As I get back our co-commentator, Mr. Rahul Banerjee, my namesake, back onto the hot seat.
We look at the aerial view. We have a little bit of shuffle in the commentary booth. Or the commentary box. Not quite certain which is more accurate. Both are. And
Sorry, given the years I spent covering cricket, I think commentary box probably is more appropriate. And thankfully left the world of cricket behind for this much more engaging world of golf, and far the happier person I am for it. I must really, I believe, I honestly say that.
yes, of course. And another happy camper is Arjun Prasad, who's leading the tournament here in Coimbatore. And Thanga Raja was hot on his heels, but unfortunately the challenge has faded away because Arjun has been peerless today. He's playing 1 under par, 9 under total. Jamal also had flashes of brilliance early on, but of course he needed to do a lot more, but has done well with the 2 under par. His challenge came to a close on 16 where he made a bogey, and now he sees himself 6 shots behind. Jairaj Sandhu had been flawless up until hole number 9 where he was 3 under for the front 9. Made another birdie on 16. He's 3 under for the day, but of course, it was a bridge too far with the lead that Arjun was commanding after day 3, and of course he's followed through in impeccable fashion on this back 9. It was looking like there was a little bit of light and the door was ajar, but he was very prompt and closed it. on all the pursuers. Mohammad Azhar as well with a brilliant 4 under par today takes him to 2 under par total. And quite a few players on the golf course have had good rounds today. Prakhar Sava, 1 under par. We also have Ravi Kumar with a 2 under par. And Amardeep Malik, the seasoned campaigner, with a beautiful round of 4 under par. And of course, a very, very experienced Vikrant Chopra. Not won on tour, but has had many runner-up finishes and been a very solid player for almost 2 decades now. Still an amateur career. And a very good iron striker that definitely the highlight of his game. Left to right fade, piercing iron shots, and that this golf course lends itself well to that kind of a flight. As we have a look at Jamal.
Just underlines the value of his performance, Arjun Prasad's performance yesterday, Shaurya. That cushion that he built up really left it all for the chasing pack to do, and which they have not really, no one has really put together a sort of challenge to put any real pressure on Arjun, who's pretty much held his own. In fact, he dropped 2 shots in the front nine, but he's balanced that with 3 birdies, 2 on the back nine and 1 before he made the turn. So, as a cushion of 5 now into the final 2 holes, it's Jamal with his at one time threatened to close in on the leader, but it's just fallen away.
Jamal on the right hand side of this green would want to make up and down. Currently, the 3 under does not want to give another shot. This is not the easiest of up and down. We've seen players struggle from this side of the green. And yeah, he too has not hit his best shot. It's actually rolled a little off to the front apron, so he'll have that 10-footer coming back from par. And we've seen that as far as short game is concerned, he's been a little off color in the last 2 days. Dare I say that? He's very experienced from in and around the greens, but somehow the short game is not quite acquiesced to his wishes. And the putter has been good. He's putted decently well, but his chip shots have been a little off color.
It started with the back nine yesterday, sorry, if you remember. He was going along fairly well for the front nine, but the back nine he kind of fell apart, dropped up quite a few shots, and he's never really found that touch.
Jairaj now on hole number 17. You can see that expansive water body, very intimidating when you're standing there in the fairway. Makes for a scenic hole. And one of the few putts that we've seen go beyond the flag. So well done to Jairaj. He is at 3 under par. He'd be looking to make a birdie at least on hole number 18. Given his prodigious length, he could probably make an eagle as well. And for the left-handed player, I think it might suit his eye a little more. The wind appears to be from the left to the right. So for a left-handed player, he just started left and hit a strong draw. Should be able to get it a fair distance out there. Just to give you an idea about hole number 17, is placed to 421 yards, and the 18th 530. So with a solid hit, some of these longer players can have maybe a mid iron or maybe even a shorter iron if they can ride the wind and just get it off in the correct part of the fairway. Jamal Hussain now 3 under par total. If he were to miss this, he would go back to 2 under par. So he needs to ensure to make that putt, but it's not going to be easy picking. It's a very difficult putt coming up. Have to navigate that fringe as well. And seems to be a double breaker, eventually straightening out, maybe breaking a little from his right as it starts. So he's going to be locked in, and really would need to do that. I'd like to welcome our viewers. Even if you're joining us at this point in time, it's never too late for a good thing. There's a lot of action that you've missed out on, but of course you've joined us right at the pertinent moment. Jamal, unfortunately, coming out of that putt a little bit and drops another shot. Pretty similar to yesterday, where right towards the end he erred a little bit, and maybe that's something that he can work on. Could also be cumulative fatigue. He's played a lot of events in the trot and put in some good performances. Now, Mr. Sharma here. He's at 1 under for the tournament.
That missed putt drops Jamal out of a fairly sizable tie for third place, and which currently he shared with Gerard Sandhu and Anshul Kaptial. Both, if they finish as they are now, Shaurya, will be their season's best, certainly. And for young Anshul, it will be a career high. He's never had a finish better than sixth. So this will be a huge boost for the young man. Like you've been pointing out, a long hitter. Not really needed on this course, but Arjun Sharma's putt.
Arjun, unfortunately, that putt veering off on the lower side. This has proven to be a very difficult hole for the entire field. As the proceedings draw to a close, you see that the 70th hole can become a lot more difficult because the players tend to get a little excited about the 18th and the drive, and sometimes you're not quite in the present moment. That 17th hole can really catch you unawares.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने एक चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद.
Back to the action. A look at what the players face on this hole, number 17. A lot of water and then a sliver of hope in the form of that green. So you have to clear that water, get that ball to an abrupt halt. Let's see how they've done. Arjun now. Not quite certain if he's going to be aggressive with this shot, or maybe just play it to about 15 feet beyond the flag. That would be the prudent approach. No theatrics required at this point in time. He's already coasting. And he does exactly that, just 20 feet beyond the flag. So it shows you that he's got the maturity beyond his years as well. Able to extricate some spin on that as well. So good shot. Good shot of the tee and good second shot as well.
Given his position, there's no need for him to do anything silly at all, Shaurya. He just needs to make sure that he doesn't have to stay ahead of the field, which the entire owners now, actually they've run out of space and time both. So it's just has to finish off. And this, as you and Rahul have been pointing out time and again, this is one of the most testing holes on the course, which he has navigated so well.
Yes, and with that victory, if you never count anything in golf, but if you were to win, which it looks almost likely, Arjun Prasad would move to 84 lakh, just a few lakh behind Yuvraj Sandhu. So he'd be gunning for that. Not certain if Yuvraj is in the field next week. So a lot of opportunities for Arjun to really open a sizable lead. If he can repeat a similar kind of performance the week after this, and if you can get to that number one spot and get to the DP World Tour as you have a look at some of the beautiful moments of the day, and that could mean a lot. And the kind of fine petrol that he is in, the form, I think he can really do something with the DP World Tour. He has the flight, he has the kind of game, he has the physicality. So it'll be really exciting to see what he's able to do. He is number one. Of course, Shaurya Bhattacharya would like to have a thing or two to say about that. And of course, the flamboyant Yuvraj Sandhu. Wherever he is, he's the ace predator. He is the top of the top of the mountain. He's always, especially given the golf courses where you need ball striking, he's head and shoulders beyond everybody else. But of course, Arjun is not too far off either. A lot of experience that Yuvraj has gained playing international golf, and so is Yuvraj. As we look at Anshul coming up from that rough shot at the green. Again, going to be a testing shot. Can't quite see his ball. It's out of sight, so we'll need to ensure to use the bounce of the club, and that's why you see he's standing a little closer. Maybe pick it up a little steep and make sure not to decelerate. And unfortunately, he did just that. And that rough can do that to you. It looks fairly straightforward, that shot, but believe you me, it's not. When the ball is setting down and it's windy, it gives you a few things to think about. Brilliant design on this hole, of course. I personally like the erstwhile look. It was almost like a fortress surrounded from either side by tall trees and that gorge. This is a lot more conventional. Now let's have a look at this chip shot. Not easy as well. And he's done well, has Thanga. He wants to secure his second place.
Closing stages, last couple of holes, last hole after this one to go for the leader. Arjun Prasad now on a 9 under total, 1 under for the day, and well placed to bring home his first winner's check. The challenge coming up and fading away in bursts, but no one has really got even to within touching distance of Arjun. He's been far and away the pace setter over the last 36 holes, and today really untroubled, rarely troubled. In fact, not troubled at all.
Yeah, Arjun has been in rarefied air. Nobody's been able to get close and in touching space because he's the one that has had the Midas touch off the tee, on the greens especially, and that has served him really well. Really been an improved golfer over the last 2 or 3 years. One of the few that you've seen grow in stature almost linearly. He's not had too many peaks and troughs. Has been very consistently performing over the years. And what you like, he also has very level-headed and well raised, if I must say that. His putt would break a little to the right. That looks good, but yeah, I think that had both me and Arjun fooled. Broke the other way in the end.
Went the other way in the end. But just to come back to Arjun Prasad Shaurya, he's had a phenomenal year. Not missed a single cut. He's had 2 runner-up finishes and 10 top 10 finishes otherwise. So just underlines how consistent he's been through the year. And this will be very appropriate and apt reward for all that hard work and the consistency shown through the year. Yuvraj Sandhu is away on international duty, so that allows Arjun to really close in to almost within touching distance of the top spot in the order of merit, PGTI's order of merit, which will make the closing run at this season really interesting. A few years ago, we saw Yuvraj Sandhu and Manu Gandas battle it down the finishing stretch before Manu prevailed at the very end. This could turn out to be another such finishing stretch to the season.
Anshul there, after that chip shot came short, so he'd drop a shot, and that would take him to 2 under par in for a tie alongside Jamal for 4th position.
Still good enough if he stays where he is, it will be a career best for this young man.
This is a surprising choice. In 18, he's going with an accuracy first. He's taken out 9 on the par 5, so or maybe that's just a practice swing. Yes,
he's fooling you.
Yeah. I think
he wanted to trick you, Shaurya.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pulled a rabbit out of the hat. He had me confused going with the iron. I thought that 5 shots is a big margin, and here you see a little bit about Arjun Prasad, 26 years of age, and plays out of the APTA, Delhi. So many golfers have come from there. A lot of camaraderie we've shared, and I tell you, a lot of humor as well over the years.
It's certainly been a long wait. 8 years into his eighth year as a professional, Shaurya, and now finally, literally 500 odd yards away from his maiden
But
victory.
dare I say, he's still a precocious youngster. He's only 26 years of age, so I'm sure he's going to have buckets of victories. He's been very consistent, and that's what matters most. The victory, of course, is uh, a feather in his cap. But he's been a great performer, and that's why he's been able to stave off the pursuers. It's just a matter of time when you're so good and consistent as MD Sanju, the customary doffing of the hat. And MD Sanju, let's have a look at his score, where he's Mohammad Sanju ends up at 1 over for the day and 2 over for the tournament, and he's definitely been able to prove his mettle today. After that double bogey, he made a birdie on 13, birdie on 14, birdie on 15. So that shows you that Mr. Sanju has intestinal fortitude, and in large quantities, I must say. Now, hole number 18. He's already winning by 5. He'd want to get to double digits. This for Arjun should be a driver and a mid iron. Let's see if he starts off towards the right hand side and takes a more aggressive route. Aligned towards the left hand of this tee, wanting to give himself a better angle. What I like most about him is the finish. Each and every time it's similar. And that's a good shot right there by Arjun. Aggressive line. Will have a shorter shot coming in from the first cut, maybe a 7 or a 6 iron at most for him. And Thanga, the Raja now on the tee. Doesn't really mull around. Pulls the trigger. Doesn't waste time. I wish I could say the same about myself, but as you say, we always learn and grow. Now that's in perfect position, right in the heart of the fairway, and still rolling on. That's a big one by Thanga. Now this would be interesting to note how far this young man hits it. This is one of the first time that I'm having the opportunity of looking at Anshul with a driver. It's taken a long time. We're here in the 72nd hole, but as I say, good things take time. So, ladies and gentlemen, have a look at this swing. This is the man who can hit the ball a country mile. Let's see the swing. Look at that speed and the poise. He holds that. And he's pitched it right in the heart of the fairway. It'll be interesting to note. And not much roll. Only maybe about 7 to 8 yards. It's a lot of power and effortless power, if I may add.
Some terrific camera work as well, Shaurya, to capture that from start to finish. And they had the ball center frame all the way in flight. So good work by our team on the ground there. Camera guys, a drone pilot as always on the job, giving us a bird's eye view of the final group walking towards the final tee at this 1 crore rupee Tamil Nadu Open 2025 being played at the Coimbatore Golf Club, hosted by the Government of Tamil Nadu and supported by Tansen and Sipcot. You can see the red laterite soil of the Coimbatore area. It's a water deficient area, this one, and tends to be extremely hot in parts of the year. But the reason why we see it is so windy is there's something called the Palghat Gap. It's a break in the Western Ghats that allows the wind to blast through down towards the sea, or conversely up from the coast.
Now we see Jamal here. And I think unfortunately he's always landed up, even yesterday, in a few precarious spots towards the end, which makes for a tough up and down. So if he were to make this, he would move to 3 under par and in for a tie at third place. He would really want that, assuming that he's here in two, which most likely I think he would be. But that's a difficult shot on the upslope, chipping against the green. The rough maybe about 2.5 inches there, so you really have to navigate quite a few things as he waits for his playing partner.
It's a bit of a repeat of his closing nine yesterday. Jamal, he dropped two shots in a row before this, and that's pegged him down to fourth place. And even as we were talking about young Anshul, he unfortunately seemed to have put a version of the commentator's curse on him because the young man just dropped a double bogey on the 17th.
Yeah, that might be one of the reasons that he went hammer and tongs on that drive. A very good drive indeed. It'll be interesting to note where that has ended up while Geraj has to navigate this chip shot, which is not easy in the least. Seems to have drawn a tight lie there, just off the green. We need to get under that ball. Not much green to work with. That's how you can see he's going through those repetitions. Has to get an exacting contact for this ball to spin and nestle in close to the flag. And hasn't he done brilliantly? Made that look really easy. What a shot. At almost going in for an eagle. Jairaj Singh finishes in style and he would move to 4 under par, in for a tie, for a second place tie alongside N. Thanga Raja, who has the last hole. So this becomes a lot more important for Thanga. Really good chip shot by Jairaj. And that's another thing that I've seen in his game. The constant improvement around the greens. And that's the birdie. A welcome sign for any pro golfer. Now the stage is set for Jamal. You can see that this is a brilliant camera angle here. Shows you that ball will pop up, but the tendency of a golfer would be to leave this shot. There'll be one where the club sort of gets stuck in the grass, and you're afraid of it going really past the hole. So the two outcomes, staying short and going about 10 feet by, are very easy to achieve. Of course, getting it close is not so. You can see he's kept the club well behind the ball because he wants to get under it and use the bounce. He doesn't want to contact the ball first. Look at that. What an absolute beauty. He has sort of redeemed himself here on 18. He missed that chip on 17, so does well here with that shot.
Really good response from a very, very awkward lie. But you will still feel the pinch of those last two drop shots before this.
And Arjun now with his attempt, which we are not quite certain whether it's for an eagle or a birdie. There's a tap in there for Arjun, and he would finish his round as well. Arjun Sharma, very consistent golfer based out of Greater Noida, now called Gautam Budh Nagar. And for his birdie here, Jamal, the man from Bangladesh, he's the best golfer from that country, taking the mantle from Siddiqur Rahman. Really doing well on the professional golf tour of India as Jamal, and has done his country proud today. Good finish. And for third position, Jamal Hussain. And that's us from the commentary booth as we draw towards the end of the proceedings here in Coimbatore. Hole number 18. Now this gives you a fair idea of the distance of the tee. You can see he's about a good 25-30 yards past Thanga, and I can tell you that Thanga hits it really long as well. So shows you the kind of power that he has. I've heard players wax eloquent about his distance, and This gives you a first view. And also a unique insight into this golf course that it doesn't allow you to hit too many drivers. So for the long hitters, you really have to throttle back and rely more on the irons and the putter and maybe the 3 wood. It's fraught with risk taking out driver on too many holes here. It is windy. It's guarded by the out of bounds. And now, of course, the new water hazards in places. But none of that would worry Arjun Prasad, who is at 9 under par now. Anshul gets underway. Just to the right hand side. That's a good shot by the long hitting Anshul Kabatyal.
The birdie here should certainly make him feel better. Shaurya after the double bogey on 17. And final rights for Arjun to seal his win, his maiden professional victory.
Yes, and he can definitely read the last rights for the rest of the field because they're 5 shots behind and they are not going to have any effect on the tournament victor now. He is going to saunter on in style and he would enjoy this walk. As Greg Norman has often said, it's a lovely walk with a putter in your hand. I'm not quite certain if he has a putter, but either way, he has a 5-shot lead, which is now unassailable. And I'm pretty certain that the parents would be proud. He's a hard-working boy, very even-keeled, and would be a well-deserved victory. Let's see if he can put this one in close and get to double digits. That would really be something on a golf course as difficult as Coimbatore Golf Club. And also a word of appreciation for the entire greenskeeping staff and the committee here at Coimbatore Golf Club. They've done so well. They've given the golfers a brilliant canvas for which they can perform on. And also for the team at the Professional Golf Tour of India who've been able to put together this fantastic event. And of course the Tamil Nadu government for their support as Arjun now would finally take out the putter and secure his victory. Let's also have a look at some of the scores. Vikrant Chopra has done well. He's finished with a 4 under par. Not a drop shot on the front 9. He's done it in style as Vikrant Chopra. And you also have a 4 under par by Amardeep Malik. So would move him to 4 under par. So 4 under par is the lowest round today. Also Muhammad Azhar, who would move to 4th position. And the left-handed Jairaj Sandhu, who we saw on 18, producing that absolute immaculate chip shot from the left-hand side. Finishing with birdie on 16 and 18 would move to 4 under par. But of course, the man of the hour is Arjun Prasad here at hole number 18, which looks eerily similar to that famous road hole. I'm not certain if you get a free drop from that cart path, but we'll have to ask the tournament director.
Yesterday we had more than one case getting relief on that from that lie, Shaurya. They needed to go back up above the wall, that retaining wall that's behind the green, between the green and the clubhouse. And everybody got relief from that lie. So I don't see it playing out any different today.
Yes, of course. So then that means that is indeed a drop. But I think it'd be a lot more interesting if you follow the road hole rules. But of course, different here as we have a look at hole number 18. Enthanga Raja. He's at 4 under. Really needs to make this birdie. Otherwise, he'd end up in a tie alongside Jairaj Singh Sandhu. They also have world ranking points in the offer. Top 5 positions. And Anshul is a shot outside that, so needs to make birdie to join the duo MD Azhar and Jamal Hussain. As here is chip shot and not his best effort, so as to speak.
Still has an eagle putt.
No.
No.
A birdie putt
Birdie
now
putt?
for Anshul. So here, have a look at hole number 18. It's been a long day for the players here at the Tamil Nadu Open 2025, but it's been a rewarding day for quite a few. This tournament, offering a prize fund of 1 crore, has been a resounding success. And there on your screens is Sri Lanka's N. Thangaraja. He's been in fine form over the last few weeks. Couple of victories this year on the Professional Golf Tour of India. Plies his trade here and also plays a little bit of golf on the other tours in Asia. He's 44 years young and has had a Cinderella story. He's come from a humble background and made a name for himself. And here he's left that a little bit in the jaws, about 15 feet short for his birdie. Really needs to make that if he is to get into a solo second. Otherwise, he'd find himself in some fine company alongside the left-handed Jairaj Singh Sandhu. Some of the other players who moved up today, you had Prakhar Sava with a solid 1 under par round. Manu Gandas, the former number one, also shooting a 1 under par round. Very difficult to extricate under par round from this golf course. Doesn't give you an inch. You really have to earn your keep here at the Coimbatore golf course. Ravi Kumar 2 under par. MD Sanju 1 over par. And lower down the field after the top 20, the players have really struggled. The wind has wreaked havoc on many aspirations here on the final day. And hole number 10, 11 have proved really tricky.
The one person, Shaurya, who has not struggled very much at all is this man center of his screen. Literally few feet away now from his maiden professional win. And yeah, thoroughly deserved one. Has had a magnificently consistent season. Hatful of top 10 finishes, 2 second places, 1 in a playoff at the Adani Open at the JP Greens. Followed shortly, I think 2 weeks later, by another runners-up finish at the Kalans Open and Kutub Golf Course. So this win will be, you'll probably see now that weight of expectation of a win off his shoulder might see a different Arjun Prasad for the rest of the season.
Now Arjun Prasad here with that putt to win the tournament and extend his lead further to 6 shots. He's currently 5 ahead. So if he were to 2-putt, he would win this tournament by a resounding 5 shots. But I'm pretty certain that he's just looking at the bottom of the cup for this ball to end up. And you can see the sway in the flag. The wind now really picking up. The golfing gods really to make this golf course difficult. Can't quite recollect when I've seen that amount of sway in the flag. Should break from east right to the left. It's underway. It's tracking, but comes up a little short. Nevertheless, I think he's going to mark and wait for the rest of the players to clear the stage. The first victory. It's going to be sweet and well deserved.
Final few minutes now being played out in front of you.
Anshul now coming up for his birdie attempt after that chip shot off the right hand side. Just about missing it on the lower side, and he would make par, and that would be good enough to remain at 6th position. Has a great future ahead of himself. Does Anshul. What a scenic setting here at hole number 18. The hills at the back, this beautiful city. And now N. Thangaraja really needs this putt. Uphill, so can be aggressive on this one. And he's good from that range of about 10 to 12 feet. Converts a lot of those putts. It's the first time that we've seen him take a considerable look at a line. So he understands the importance of this putt. Trying to gauge which way it's going to break. Should break a little to his left, right towards the end. Now that is underway, and that is
tantalizing. I
Yeah,
think that's
that-
the only word you can use there.
he's allowed
Hanging.
10. He's allowed 10 seconds.
Yeah.
But he is opting to clear the stage for Arjun. It's a good putt, nevertheless. I'm surprised that didn't quite fall in the hole. So gravity didn't come to the rescue. Looked really good all the way up till here. Wanted to go in, but changed its mind.
Looks like really hanging over the edge, but
Now
not to be.
have Anshul cleaning up. Anshul also a good week for Anshul Kabatyal. Now the stage is set. This is the moment that Arjun has been waiting for. Everything that he's worked on in his career has led him to this moment. The first victory, and really well deserved, with rounds of 70, 68, and a 71. All 4 rounds under par. Ladies and gentlemen, you have your champion golfer Arjun Prasad, who's displayed exemplary marksmanship, had stayed true to his name. And you often hear that nice guys finish last, but not this time, ladies and gentlemen. Nice guys do indeed win. He's been a paragon of sportsmanship and infallible. Produced 4 exemplary rounds. He's displayed courage under fire, and thus he's a champion golfer this week. Arjun Prasad, 9 under par. The golfer from Delhi, with dreams in his eyes, has been able to accomplish them. Congratulations, Arjun Prasad.
I think that smile says it all, Shaurya. It's equal parts elation and relief, I'm sure. Finally, he's made the breakthrough. Waited a very long time for it, and you finally get that monkey off your back.
I'd also want Rahul to tell us a little bit about the proceedings. I for one was thoroughly impressed. What a front runner Arjun has been.
I think it's been absolutely phenomenal to watch him win this tournament. Not only is this his maiden victory, it's also, stamping and showcasing how good he's been playing throughout the season so far. And that form that he's kept from January onwards all the way till here, I mean, it only shows how hard he must have worked in the past few years to get to this point. And, going from here, you've got a tournament coming up next week at KGA, and you've got the DP World India coming in just a week's gap from here. And, going into these tournaments with this kind of form, I think that's just like a dream come true.
Yeah, it's money country down the corner, and, he's all prepared. He's revved up and ready to go. He's got that monkey off his back and the well-deserved victory. And there's a look at your final leaderboard. In fact, dropped a shot here, but still won comfortably by 4 shots. And a look at some of the highlights early in the day. They often say good things take time. Of course, it did take a lot of time for Arjun, but he'll be able to savor that victory. Practices a lot. Hits a lot of balls out in Gurugram in the different ranges. And all the hard work has paid rich dividends. Of course, the rest of the field as well. Jairaj Sandhu playing well. N. Thangaraja, second position. MD Other with an absolute stellar round today. 4 under par. Really right on the money with that final day performance.
A bogey-free round for Mohammad Azhar. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal on a golf course like this. And in fact, Vikrant Chopra also coming up with a bogey-free round today. The highlights of the day. We've got Jairaj Sandhu, Jamal Hussain Mola, Arjun Sharma. For Arjun Prasad has had 10 top 10 finishes this year with 2 runner-up finishes so far. And now, of course, reduce the gap between himself and Yuvraj Sandhu to only 4 lakh rupees.
I think Rahul, it would be an understatement to say he's been knocking on the door. He's always been there and thereabouts. He's been so consistently good.
Absolutely. And I think, with Arjun and following his, golfing career so far, one thing I've noticed is that year on year, the lad just tends to get better and better and better. So if you look at the stats, from not having many top 10 finishes in the past, to then going in and having about 3 to 4 top 10 finishes the previous year, and then this year, man, is just absolutely unstoppable.
And even Thanga, he's getting towards his mid 40s, and he's playing like an absolute champ. Is N Thanga Raja? He's
aging like fine wine, isn't he?
Absolutely, and proving that the rear guard also has a lot of strength still.
100%. In fact, even Jamal Hussain Molla, for that matter, both of the players winning this year already in the last couple of weeks. And one of the things that really goes to show is that experience, of course, is one of the most important ingredients to be playing at a level like this.
And it's nice to see. I know we all appreciate the onslaught of youth, but it's heartening to see that experienced players who work hard can also give the youngsters a run for their money.
A couple of made putts, couple of missed putts, and that's what makes the highlights of the day. There's not only good shots and great shots, but sometimes even some misses and some blemishes. But Arjun Prasad, of course, didn't miss a thing, as you just saw there. All that putt, a long putt for birdie that he had made on the par 4.
These putts are coming at you thick and fast. The highlights.
Yes, they are. They're faster than you and I are able to sort of fathom them and speak about them.
But with hole number 17, that's caused so many problems to the field today. There's Anshul.
Kaptial from reading the line to tapping the putt in just a matter of seconds. Mohammad Sanju.
And also another news, Arjun Prasad, thanks to that victory, seals his spot at the DP World India Championship. So Rory McIlroy better watch out. Tommy Fleetwood. He's going to be gunning for them. He's not just going to play that tournament, he's going to be competing. And I think the golf course like Delhi Golf Course really lends itself well to Arjun's good accuracy game. He's very good with the long irons. Keeps the ball low.
Hey there, I am Shraddha Shinde and we are at the Tamil Nadu Open 2025 presented by Sipcot and Tansem. We are at the Coimbatore Golf Club. It's a lovely, pleasant place to be at. Great landscape. We have mountains everywhere, great winds. We also have some spectators who have joined us on ground. So come on, let's talk to them. Sir, are you enjoying your day at the Coimbatore Golf Club?
Definitely. For the last 30 years I'm playing here. This is my home course.
Wow.
And you see the wind here. It's something different. You have not seen in many of the courses in India.
It's magical, I would say.
Yeah, magical. And it changes direction. That's the course.
It's fantastic. Coimbatore is a great golf course and we love playing here. And the PGTI is going on here. It's a fantastic, good wind, good climate. And it's very nice. Yeah.
So what about you?
Yeah, very glad to see the bunch of very good professional golfers here. Then this is not the first time. They're all the standard of golf in India is improving, and we hope to see a very good result.
Hello there. Yeah, so the winds have died down a little bit today, and feels a little more hotter compared to the last 3 days. And so glad to see so many youngsters come in, enjoy the course, and putting up their show. And it's a great course. Different challenges compared to the other courses. I'm sure wind has played a major part this week and also tested the golfers to bring out their best.
Yes, it's very beautiful and it's pleasant. Every single player is playing fully focused. I like this place. Really, I love it. I love this golf ground.
Really exciting to see all these the top Indian professionals come here and play at my course.
It's very good, and the place and here, there are a lot of mountains are there.
Right,
the background
yes.
and the sea, the green is very good. So we just come around and see how they play. So this is my daughter.
Oh, she's your daughter. Do you love the golf club?
Yes, I love it. It's
Yes.
very beautiful.
And from what I understand, you three also play golf. So what's that one thing that you absolutely love about golf?
Golf is a great game which God has given to us, and you play against yourself in golf. It is not that you have an opponent you play.
It's a great stress buster, and if you keep playing well, and one day you'll find that how hard it is to play the game, and you keep on improving, and you'll feel happy as well. Yeah, that's golf.
You know, it teaches you how to handle adversity. Integrity is a big part of the game, and resilience is also another important factor. And it's every round you play, there's a new learning.
I'm addicted to it.
I think the game itself, it's a game that helps you kind of compete with yourself. So that is something that I really like about the game. And also you get to spend 4 hours with nature and with the green and trees around you. So that's really beautiful.
So sir, is this your first time on the golf club?
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. So eppadi irukku the Coimbatore Golf Club?
Super armiya irukku. Nalla irukku.
Oh, you love it?
Enjoy.
Yes.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
What a great shot! But he looks tired. And that's a drinks break.
But what's the plus sign for? अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. जब लगे थकान वाली प्यास, जरूरी है सेल लेवल हाइड्रेशन. इसके इलेक्ट्रोलाइट्स आपके सेल्स को रिहाइड्रेट करें, एनर्जी लौटाएं, थकान वाली प्यास मिटाएं.
जब आपको भी लगे थकान वाली प्यास, अमृतांजन इलेक्ट्रो प्लस. थकान वाली प्यास के लिए.
I'm sorry, sir. My mistake.
पर हम भी जिद्दी है.
मुश्किल खड़ी है खोले सीना सामने चट्टान है मेरी जिद का बोले पसीना चट्टानों के अंदर आसमान है जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद क्या पावाली जिद.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to the prize presentation ceremony of the Tamil Nadu Open 2025 presented by Sipcot and Tansem. The third edition of the tournament exceeded all expectations with a number of spectacular performances being put up by the likes of Arjun Prasad, Gaurav Pratap Singh, Jamal Hussain, Pranav Mardikar, N. Thangaraja, Arjun Sharma, Anshul Kaptial and Jairaj Singh Sandhu to name a few. At the end, we saw the emergence of a new champion today, someone who has been knocking on the door of victory for quite some time now. He finally crossed the line today. To start off, I'd now like to invite Mr. Amandeep Johal, CEO, PGTI, and Mr. R. Gopinath, President, Coimbatore Golf Club, to kindly join me here for the prize presentation. I'll start off by requesting Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly make the opening address.
The Coimbatore Golf Club has a very special place in my heart. The founding chairman of this club, Mr. Rajagopal, what a fantastic man, the president of IGU. I had come here in 1996 along with India's coach, Donato Di Ponziano. And Donato, I remember, said, "My God, does the wind blow here?" And Coimbatore continues. And the wind continues to blow here in Coimbatore Golf Club. But somebody who's tamed the wind this week, and my God, were we waiting. Arjun Prasad. Big round of applause for the champion. Top 10 top 10 finishes this year, twice runner-up. He has now taken Yuvraj Sandhu as worried man now. 4 lakhs for the Order of Merit trophy, which is up for grabs at the end of the year. Arjun, very good performance this week. You're one of the few players who tamed the wind. Before I continue any further, I'd like to thank Coimbatore Golf Club, its members, especially Gopinath, Mr. R. Gopinath. Thank you very much for hosting us. your captain Ashwin Chandran. The golf club was in fantastic shape, even though very difficult by the wind, but still. The new design of the greens, I think the players have said that they are not easy, to say the least. On 12th of August, my president, Mr. Kapil Dev, went and met the Honorable Deputy CM of Tamil Nadu, Thiru Udayanadi Stalin. And in a moment, Honorable Deputy CM agreed to support the game of golf, to support PGTI in the state of Tamil Nadu. We have come to the state of Tamil Nadu for the third time this year, which is a great feat. Thank you so much, Honorable Deputy CM, for bringing the State Industries Promotion Corporation of Tamil Nadu, SIPCOT, and become the presenting partner of the Tamil Nadu Open. We are very grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much. I also want to thank my tour partners, Rolex, Choice, Amul, Indocent, Campa, and many others who have supported PGTI. PGTI is going great guns, achieving great milestones, and players are showing great performances. My big congratulations again to Arjun, and looking forward to welcoming you all again in Bangalore next week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I'd now request Mr. R. Gopinath, President, Coimbatore Golf Club, to kindly address the gathering.
Thank you, Amandeep. Fellow members, was it really windy? I don't think so, right? Breezy, yes. Windy, no. But anyway, because there's so many people complaining about the wind, we made a petition last night to the man upstairs. Today's wind was a mild breeze. He doesn't always listen to us, but once in a while he does. But having said that, I was concerned that we would, this course has only one defense, that's the wind. And technically speaking, this is the non-windy season, so there shouldn't have been much wind. But the gods proved it otherwise. The wind came in perfectly because we didn't have much of a rough. So that was the only defense. And I think skill came out. Those who could manage their minds and the game won or were up in the top. So all credit to the top 5. I think they played some extremely good golf to come through with what they did. And finally, the course won because we are among the lowest scores, or rather the highest scores for the series so far. So my dad will also be happy. He's usually very, very angry if anybody plays under. But I think the skill level exhibited is improving year on year, and that's a good thing to see for Indian golf in general. And I think all of us members who play our normal hacking golf, where we saw an exhibition of some very, very fine golf. Can we have a round of applause from our members to all the pros who had some very good exhibition of golf? And I'd like to thank the PGTI itself for picking Coimbatore, the tournament director, the referees, all the people in the social media, and my own staff and the course and the club, the canteen for giving a good show. And I am very happy to see all of you and hope to see you again in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all your support and all the pictures you've been clicking away and sending us those fabulous pictures of the players on the course. We now have a plaque presentation ceremony. I would request Mr. Amandeep Johal to kindly present a plaque as a token of appreciation on behalf of PGTI to Mr. R. Gopinath, President, Coimbatore Golf Club. I would now request Mr. R. Gopinath to kindly present the prizes to the runner-up and the winner. We had joint runners-up at the end of this week's event, Jairaj Singh Sandhu and N. Thangaraja, with total scores of 4 under 284. They take away prize money checks worth rupees 7,99,900 each. Jairaj with scores of 75, 71, 70 and 68 today. and Thangaraja with scores of 72, 73, 69 and 70. Congratulations to both the runners-up. It's now time to announce the winner. He's waited a long time for this. He's been knocking on the door. He's finally kicked the door open. Arjun Prasad. Scores of 70, 70, 68, 72 for a total of 8 under 280. He had already posted 10 top 10s this year, including 2 runner-up finishes. And now his first victory here in Coimbatore. He earns himself a check worth INR 15 lakh. It's now time for the winner's speech. Arjun.
Hi everyone. First of all, thank you to the government of Tamil Nadu for having this event over here. Coimbatore Golf Club. I think the course was playing really, really well, and with the new changes on the greens, it was a tricky course to come around. And with that, how Gopi sir said, the first 3 rounds were windy, and today was a little better. But I would still say it's one of the toughest tracks we play all year, and you really need to understand how you have to match the wind and play. And I think it's amazing over here. And I'd like to thank the sponsor, Sipcot and Tansem. Thank you so much for having this event for us, and I speak for all the players. It's a great help, so thank you so much. It's my first win. I've come close a lot of times now. This season itself, I've had 10 top 10s, and to get my win on the 11th week, I'm very happy, I'm very thrilled. And it wouldn't have been possible without my family for sure. My parents, my sister, they have been my greatest support from as long as I can remember. My girlfriend, Devyani, my very close friend, Aman Raj. He's been a great support throughout my life. We'll stay together. I mean, his thoughts about my game and everything I always take into consideration. So thanks to him. Yuvraj Sandhu, again, a close friend of mine. He's been playing well at Jakarta. So yeah, to him, of course. Shaurya Bhattacharya, Aniket Sawant. I have to thank my coach, DP sir, and Subhash Naidu. My fitness trainer, Millie, and Sydney Chung. And I'd like to thank the physio over here who really helped me out. I was really battling with a few things, and having a physio on the course, Hari Om, thank you, bro. It was really nice. You really got me going. Thanks a lot, everyone. I'm going to cherish this one for a very long time. And my caddy, of course, I can't forget him, Mohan Sardar. Thank you so much. I mean, he's the guy who has been with me throughout, and we started working together last year, and we have come close, and we have really played some good golf, and this time for us to make it happen, I think it's fabulous. So he's the guy behind everything, for sure.
Taken by both of you. Come on. That's the picture that is required here. Come on. That's the one. Well done, buddy. Well done. I just want to inform you all that my president, Mr. Kapil Dev, is so insistent that we take care of the partners on the tour, which is the caddies. For the players, I think that is the most important part. And, the trophy is not his. Half of it belongs to the caddies. So, we take care of them. We have a caddies lounge every week on the tour now. And all the F&B is taken care of by the tour. So, I think this is a great moment for PGTI. And we started this year, and we're going to continue. Thank you all very much. I also want to thank my entire team at PGTI, including the tournament director, Sampath, Prabhash, Nikhil. Thank you very much. You have been a great support, and Jai PGTI.
Many congratulations to the champion. Once again, can we have a big hand for him, for Arjun? Finally, before we wrap up, we'd like to thank the government of Tamil Nadu, our presenting partners, SIPCOT and TANSEM, host venue, Coimbatore Golf Club, all members of the committee, Mr. Franklin, Mr. Senthil for the course, Mr. Murthy for the F&B, all players, referees and officials, and of course, PGTIs to our partners. A big thank you to them, Rolex, Amul, IndusInd Bank, Victorious Choice, Campa, Amrutanjan Electro Plus, Golf Plus Monthly, Golf Design India, ABPLIVE for the fantastic coverage, and Waves OTT. Thank you and look forward to seeing you all back here next year.